Yay! Look, it's working. Everything's working for once. For now.
Don't jinx it.
I know.
All right, let's see. Is everything working?
Let's see.
Are we all audible?
Yes. Are we audibles?
Hello.
Can everybody hear us?
Are we sponsored by Audible now?
We are. Hello? Hello?
Be pretty cool. I like audio.
That always is something. Okay. We are here. Dreamy, I'll say who gets the inspo after you start. Gonna let the dice decide tonight. Oh, okay, cool. Dreamy, spend my points, roll a D1. Wait, does that mean I get it, or is it Ardrin? Does it go like, is it me 1, Ardrin 2, Galil 3, etc., etc.?
I still have it from last time.
Okay, so I think it goes to whoever's down the line. I don't know. You decide, Dreamy. Arjun gets it tonight. Okay, well.
That's
that girl crying.
2 games in a row where I have double inspiration.
Inspo.
And then
we gotta crack down on this inspo.
I know, because wait, Graham, aren't you the one who also gives Dreamy like double inspiration? I feel like there's a ring here.
Insider trading.
Yeah.
No, because I also give it to Dolnaris. I give it to Denissa. I gave it to Fenrian. I'm fairly equal opportunity.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So don't put that bullshit on me.
Fair enough. All right. Well, either way, welcome to tonight's episode of Game of Santos, where we play Dungeons and Dragons and try out for American Idol.
I think you should look at that GIF I posted for him.
Oh, but I bet. Hey, you know what? He's feeling it. He's having a good time.
Just looking through the window of the reclaimer there for a little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Afriel. It's me.
This is Pommel Horse. I'd like to get down now.
Hello, Afriel. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh my gosh. Afriel's going to need some major insurance with what's coming right now.
Oof. Airship insurance.
Please don't tell me that.
City insurance.
Afriel's gonna need a whole new surrogate parental figure set after this.
That too. He's gonna lose his family in this episode. He lost his city in the episode of Fey Hunters yesterday. So,
excuse you? What?
Celestial orphan.
Celestial. He's like, I'm gonna have to start over from ground zero, guys.
Does he still have his receipt for a tet?
I think
as I have Exhibit A, Dreamy, Dreamy right now. Oh boy, we are gonna fuck up a tet.
Can a city get PTSD?
Pause.
Yeah.
Kindred, are you gonna bring Rocco Steele in when Tricky goes over there and kills some Fates?
Just kill some Fates.
Someone's gonna get justice punched for sure, if that's the case.
Justice punch! Falcon punch!
And it's not his fist.
Occurs to me that Maddox has access to banishment.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night with Fey Hunters now reaching a tet. If we're gonna have this like massive crossover of some of the other streams,
it's basically X-Men versus the Avengers now.
I want to know who gave him the code to a tet, because I did not approve that.
Oh, it's a wild ride, let me tell you. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But that is neither here nor there.
Or
BRB
Rangers from
gonna
Ninja Turtles.
watch something.
Are we able to
fast.
put on another stream real quick? Just be like, who let you in my house? We are excited to have you guys join us for tonight's continuing journey.
I just want to know.
That was all Knights of Silvermoon. Dreamy. Come on, you know it wasn't just me. Everybody was in on that one. I forgot where my train of thought went. Boop, boop. Taco, if you listen carefully, you'll hear Brundlestick singing "Hello from the Other Side." No! I love you. You're a terrible person, Taco.
What is that song?
Hello from the Other Side. It's Adele. You know, Aaron, dreamy.
Brundlestick won't be saying anything.
To get us started on tonight's episode, we'll go ahead and jump right into those, the intro, and then we'll just jump right in because we have so much to do and all evening to do it. I don't know. Whatever. All right, here we go.
Aw.
Oh my god.
Nobody say anything.
That's rude.
We'll be completely silent.
All right.
Everyone's having technical difficulties.
Yep, still the same thing. All right, well, it's back now. It's fine.
Same thing as Fey Hunters, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had fixed it, but I was wrong. All right, so
Oh my god.
last we left off on Game of Santos.
Who needs voice bod? We can just do that.
Yeah, okay. Last, you jinxed it. Shut up, Dreamy. Not looking at you. Last we left off on Game of Santos, the Brigade of 8 have arrived in Amrutlar now for a few days, and all manner of shenanigans have happened.
Because we're so surprised.
Because we're so surprised. As of late, the Reclaimer has been sent away after a rather tragic vision that had been given to Lady Farlight revealed that with it there, the party would have suffered a terrible, terrible fate. And thus, to avoid that potential future, the party was left in town while the Reclaimer went and found somewhere safe to hide. Now, trying to find a place to stay with the grand race of the White Wolf Fang Viper creatures in full effect over the weekend, the party has made friends with a Yanni alchemist by the name of Dudros, who, albeit perhaps a little hesitantly, invited you to stay in his humble abode on the southern parts of the town. Having made your way to his small oasis in the middle of the city, you guys had some conversation there with him as regards to his being there, his history. You guys learned some of I guess that was basically what you guys talked about, right? And then And then after Galil had a conversation with Afriel, confirming what that vision had in store, as well as a rather dark and ominous tiding that could potentially save the party from certain doom. The party had bedded down for the night. And during that night, it was Ardrin who, through his Fey training, discovered a interesting little secret.
Low tack.
Also, there was a lot of that.
Forgot about that.
Me too.
Nice. Yeah.
He had
We
discovered
go unsettle that man's hash rather dramatically in a moment.
that whatever seems to be pacifying the citizens of Amrutlar seems to have some sort of source, or seems to originate from the large crystalline structure that is the fortress on the northern ends of town. The spell, whatever it is that is being amplified through its structure, he was able to trace back to that fortress, and as it kind of like almost like a echolocation, like that little pulse of it wraps around that fortress to where it can, like, you see it in your mind's eye that it's not just one person who is sending this pacifying charm, this calming of emotions. It registers it registers what it is in your mind, and you kind of have that realization of what it is that you're dealing with.
What is it that I'm dealing with other than it's a building?
Yeah. Well, at least you know where it's coming from. Ish. So, that revelation being had, what are you doing?
I presume this sort of happens over the course of his trance, I think is where we were talking about it.
Yep.
So at some point towards the end of that, then he'll just and kind of look around to see who's actually awake at that point.
I'm still standing at the top.
Yeah, our elves are our late night partiers.
The only thing that we could have had in the party that would have been better at doing this than us for trading out would have been a Warforged, and that's it.
Yep.
I agree.
All right, so it's not.
I'm just sitting there like doodling, looking over some notes, and just like, bad dream, sarcastically.
No, might have a somewhat obvious lead. The whatever spell signal, whatever they're doing to subvert the population. I can't tell if it's some mechanism of the fortress that's emanating it, or someone casting a spell and using the building to amplify it. But that's where it's coming from.
The fortress that North was taken to?
Yep.
And I, just got to ask, do my part, how do you know this, or how did you find this out?
Easiest way to put that is I kind of caught the signal and bounced it back at him.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Because I figured the only way.
Have to over-explain.
I don't know what to really do with that information just yet, but it's a lead in terms of fucking with their plans a little bit. That's still kind of a tall order at the end of the day.
At the top of the stairs, I'm just humming a tune from Ruvian. Still staring at the window.
Is it in common Elvish, Ruvian Elvish?
Elvish. It would be close enough to the Elvish of this world that you'd be able to at least pick up parts of it.
Well,
see.
I'm gonna try and rest the rest of this off, and then maybe bring the others in on that, and maybe try and figure out a plan.
Yeah. So, hearing this, could I do a history check or Arcana to see if I can recall reading maybe any sort of advice about Thayans having mythals?
Sure.
Which one did you want? They're both the same for me, but
Whichever way you'd like to approach this.
History.
Sure.
19.
19. Thinking back to what you know of mythals to begin with, they go back so far in their creation that no one really knows how they were made to begin with. They were things that the fix. They were things that elves of uncountable times past had brought here.
My granddad.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It was Grandpa. Grandpa brought me a mythal. Yay! Best Christmas ever.
Granny got ran over by a mythal.
Mm-hmm.
No.
The odds of the Thayans having any sort of means of recreating that are extremely slim. But nothing is impossible. But as far as you know, there have been many a wizard who has studied the mythals to begin with and tried to find a way to recreate them, but never to a successful degree.
Which is probably why they were so interested in the myth of that Silvery Moon. Thinking as my character. Is everyone still asleep, or is it like coming up to the time where they would start waking up and stirring?
They probably got a couple hours left.
Okay. I would convey this to Ardrin, just be like, it's possible. I don't know if they actually have one, or if they come across the remnants of one and twisted it to do something else of their will, but that's what it's sounding like so far.
Would Ardrin even know what a mythal is at this stage, or I know Kindred at one point gave him a bit of a download, but I don't know how much was actually covered.
Dreamy.
I would say that more than likely, being elven yourself in nature, I would say you have some idea of what these things are. So it's not like completely unaware of what they are. However,
not necessarily how they work, just as a concept.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yes, and then hearing Kindred's story of their time in Silvery Moon and what things were in play there with that particular artifact, then that would have like solidified a little bit more of the stories of it.
You got an idea about how to, I don't know, turn it off, co-opt it, destroy it?
That was what I was coming up to next. Is we didn't really have much access to the one in Silvery Moon, but I mean, there had to have been instructions for someone to use it, do whatever they needed to in case of emergencies. But I do have someone that might know just the thing, or at least where to look back in Silvery Moon.
Now, I use magic, but I freely admit I don't understand it. It's more of a instinct, a reflex for me. You understand the math that is magic, if I understand you correctly.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe like just a powerful enough dispel magic would just at least turn it off for a time, or entirely?
Me metagaming would want to say no. Aaron, would that be correct to assume?
That what?
Just a powerful dispel magic would be enough to maybe just mess with it a bit, not permanently. I don't think so, right?
I don't. Even with your knowledge, you have not really tried
never
that.
Interacted with them enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But considering how
I don't-
powerful and constant they are, it would be unlikely that something like that would be that simple.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think the way these things are engineered in Elven ancestry kind of bypasses that in some ways. We'd have to look at something pretty mythic.
Well, using artifacts against artifacts might be an idea. We got the disco stick of destiny that cancels out magic. Maybe parking that next to it would at least be a start.
Fuck. Yeah. Which I also have another question in theory.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have like end game, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was like, what?
Yes. Say, we do come up and find this graveyard place and we do find a couple of phylacteries. What if we just, park that thing right in the center of all of them?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
And then once it's active, we, kill the lich. The magic that it's powering, it's not active, theoretically. So its body or soul would pass on, one would assume.
I mean, I don't know if it'll work, but it's better than having no plan.
Oh, yeah. But for now, I guess it's better than nothing, like you said. So what's the plan for today then, now that we know this?
Well, gonna have to wait for the others to wake up. We really need Dujo's kind of on board.
I wonder if he's an early riser. You would think being old druid like he would be.
I feel like we would hear him out of character. I feel like we'd hear him clomping about.
Oh, yeah.
The dust settling off the ceiling.
So, how was your watch? Nothing crazy with this low tack? I look at the door. Is the stool still there?
Oh, it's been blown up. No, it's gone.
Oh my god.
It's
just
all
a massive crater.
There's just 50 red wizards that are all standing there watching this conversation.
Just
but
waving.
You do your thing, yeah.
Hi.
You guys go ahead. No, don't worry about it. We're hourly.
Oh, we were just gonna get.
I love it.
Well, we'll come back to discussing the virtues of hiding in plain sight another time, but hard to prove a negative, but we didn't seem to get any undue attention. I did notice I don't know if they were a thief or a watchman kind of prowling the roofs at one point. And my main theory, if what Soul said is true about, some of the Thief Guild markings in the area kind of putting certain parts of it as a safe zone, don't rob the area, don't do whatever. I wonder if this was a person that works for them that kind of like keeps the peace or make sure no one's breaking their rules. It's a theory. I'm not sure how much that holds water, but I have seen that before.
A vigilante of some sorts that goes through the night in the shadows.
You guys literally saw Batman.
It's been my experience
Catwoman.
that any place that has a thieves guild for any amount of time kind of has to have a gentle and bastards agreement about how to sustain itself without drawing too much attention to itself. Sometimes that's finding places to have a truce or people who you don't mess with in order to keep everybody afloat.
Yeah.
Yep. As a player, my love of rogues is starting to show. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. So I'm going to go back to the rest of my trance because that kind of took me out of it. If you got another thought, I guess that can wait a little bit. We don't really have much of a plan anyways.
No, you do you. I'm just going to read over some notes and look at some things and might send a message or two.
All right, will do. And he's gonna lay down for the rest of his trance. Like he's just gonna zone out and try and actually rest.
Okay. Alrighty. You said you were thinking about doing messages?
Yes. Time zone back in Silvery Moon, it would be what time?
It would be still
9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, it's still in the night. It's still night. It'd be nighttime, probably closer to like midnight.
Oh.
If not later. Or earlier, whatever you want to say, because you're approaching dawn here, so it would be behind you, right? So it would still be at least probably 5 hours or so behind you guys, so maybe 6. I should actually split that up one day and just kind of like see how like the United States is divided by time zones, the amount of miles that's covered there.
I want to get in the zone.
Oh no. No. No.
Yep. I haven't bugged her enough in a while. She deserves it. I'm gonna message Hitty. Wake up. It's me, your favorite. Big question. Any news or information on Thayan Mythals? Or perhaps what else did we discuss? Mythals. Okay, or perhaps any news more on phylacteries, dark magic? Sleep tight.
There is a delay.
Well, it's got to go, time zone, so,
A delay.
And then, why are you bothering me now? I just fell asleep. No information. Haven't been looking for dark magic today. Is this important?
I'll wait to make sure she's not like
Well,
psyching me out for the 25 words.
Nope, that was it.
Oh, send a message back. Yes, it's important. I need to know for sure. Or any news on a fortress in Amrutlar. Put all capable minds to work on this.
Nice. Now a little more awake. A fortress in Amrutlar? I will see what I can find. But a lot of the library was destroyed.
Don't say that. Don't. No, it wasn't.
Hard to find. Everything's disorganized.
There's the one person who can do it. I know you can. Okay. Got that taken care of. To-do list.
Okay. Was that all for the moment?
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of, since we're in almost a laboratory, I'll pull out that mushroom and start looking at it, and if that's like a little setup around Dewdrow's, like, herbology, investigate it, see what its properties are if I can, until people start waking up.
Okay. All right.
Grant.
That level of denial. Yes. Oh, thank you, Emo, for the 14 months. It's been a while. It's been a long time. And actually, the sidebar, Emo, since you're here, I today was looking through old videos on YouTube of the Silvery Moon arc, and I had to do a double take because I saw a face that hadn't been in all of them, and I was like, wait, who's that? And I was like, that's right, Sybil was there for the battle at
the barracks.
Battle at the barracks. Yeah, battle at the barracks, and then also later with Tricky and them when they had gone to take out the thing north of the city, and and it was like, oh, Sybil, memories. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with us for this whole time and being and Goatsy. I was trying to avoid talking about it, but I knew you were gonna remember. Goatsy.
Yes.
My boy.
My boy.
Wonderful. Legend was born that day.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So that being said, bringing it back in, that as the morning comes and
You want to go home?
yes,
No? Okay.
the light starts spilling through the high upper windows along the roof line as morning is starting to break. Eventually, you do hear Dewdrow start to stir from upstairs. As like the wood creaks below his heavy footsteps as he comes down, starts to move down the stairs. Like as he parts the beads and sees that Renan is like there at the top of the staircase looking out the window. It's like, oh. Were you there the whole night?
Most of it, yes. Did you sleep well, my friend?
It wasn't bad. It was fine. Excuse me. He just like tries to like scoot past you without bothering you. He goes down the stairs.
Morning.
Hello. Now with the voices, everyone kind of starts to stir from the slumber. Oreo that Galil has been nestled up against. Her ears kind of perk up and twitch, and she kind of just like does those little ear twitch things as she's keeping her eyes closed, like not wanting to wake up, but it's very apparent that everyone is starting to stir.
So has those mushrooms in its ears. Remember?
Oh yeah, this is true. Well, the light is still coming in, so you know,
Yeah.
you feel that the sky's awake, so you're
Oh,
awake.
yeah.
Time for
I wanna-
Teletubbies.
Question.
I wanna do
How
one
do we
more-
feel?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Thought we did it before.
Do you remember what
You
our
did.
role was?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
We rolled,
I
but we
have
didn't
it.
know what the results are yet.
Mhm.
You are
So
not the father. And someone was there for that.
Iskra, Renan, Sonder, Kindred, Soul, Ardrin. You awaken feeling slightly melancholy. Like the events of the last couple of days have taken a toll. This like uncertainty, the stress, the
North.
all these things that have like happened in the last couple of days have just it's just been a constant thing, and it's starting to weigh on you. Just it's like when you wake up and you just have a lot on your mind already, and like the day's just starting. Galil.
That's me every day.
Yeah, exactly. You every day. Galil, you wake up with a smile on your face. There's nothing has. I would say for you, everything still stays the same, but you don't have that like weighted feeling whenever you wake up. Like you can, like everybody else is. It's kind of like the difference between a morning person and everybody else needs coffee. It's kind of along those lines. Like you wake up and you're like. If you feel refreshed and awakened to the light coming through, you almost swear you can hear the birds singing outside.
Okay, I know.
He woke up still happily drunk. He hasn't taken effects yet.
Yeah.
But everyone starts to come out of their slumber. Those who were sleeping.
I broke my trance. Do I get a long rest or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It wasn't enough to where you weren't doing anything crazy to.
I had to check.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna. Oh, right. I wanted to make one more perception check for looking around outside before I walk down.
Okay. We're making
Fans everywhere.
one more perception check for me.
Higher of which is a 24.
24. Having watched throughout the night or into this early morning, you had a relatively easy and calm evening. There was occasionally a couple of really late wanderers. You saw at least 2 rounds of guards that just kind of patrol through the city, the streets after everyone went to bed, but it wasn't like it wasn't a busy night. There was nothing really to see. And now that the morning has started to arise, you can see that there were a lot of individuals that rose up from before the sunrise and started either milling about, getting their belongings and doing stuff around their house, or just heading up to the north side of town, probably going to wherever post or job that they work at.
As I'm walking down, this city arises earlier than I would particularly care to join in on.
Oh, are you talking to us? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
I
was
was
studying
walking
something.
past.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
The city It rises earlier than I particularly find wise. Otherwise bearable. I don't even sleep.
Well, early bird gets the worm, as I point to Ardrin.
Was this about my worm?
I had a dream that
I, for one, haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I had a bad dream.
I hate you or not.
You had a bad...
You want to share?
The dream.
Yes.
Cole realizes that he still has the mushrooms in his ears
Because he
"Oh,
just
yeah,
sees
that's why I can't hear
he
anything."
just sees everybody talking. Yeah.
Remember when, well, Adrian, I don't know if you were there. No, you weren't. But there was a young woman who never got her avenging moment. She died crossing into a mythal. I just had a dream about seeing her vaporize in front of me. And then each of you walked willingly into the mythal. Not a good dream.
Does that mean we all got vaporized as well?
Right. And I couldn't do anything. Couldn't move any muscles. Nothing.
Oof.
This isn't one of those
Renan,
you see the future kind of dreams, is it?
I don't think so.
you want to go do the thing?
It's just been stressful. I'm worried about us.
Doesn't
I'm not so
seem to
sure
be-
that my mushrooms helped either last night.
It was pretty silent. They
Yeah.
were good. Yeah.
Right.
It worked well. I'll put them in my bag.
Good morning, everybody.
It's almost one of those things where everybody just kind of goes.
Yeah.
Turn-
No,
a-
I instantaneously
glare.
I hear it and I just swear in French or swear in Elvish. In French, it sounds French. That's how I imagine Elvish.
One of those most interesting man factoids. He speaks perfect French in Russian.
Yes.
I just give you the side eye, like, okay. So
Now, I
we
haven't
have
known him
similar words.
long, but that seems too happy for him.
That's right.
It's
Renan, do the
happy
thing.
With all of us.
We're not do the thing.
Is
Rel-
Dudros in the room yet?
Oh yeah, he's downstairs now. He's like back in the laboratory / kitchen space. It is now moving things around to try and start another breakfast bunch of stuff.
We'll help with that.
Okay.
Galil, would you mind too terribly if I did what I did for Grandma Illy to help you with your mood this morning?
Relax. I'm just happy because I got to speak to Carp.
Insight check. That's not how it normally is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like look down my nose slightly, like aha.
15.
I got a lot of good info from him.
I will be the judge of that. 15.
Seems like he's telling the truth. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Aside from he looks like he got a good night's sleep.
Like, why doesn't he feel like shit like the rest of us?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's probably because he was sleeping on that giant cat.
Mm-hmm.
Dudros,
Yes.
do you recall last night I asked you if you would like to see a spell?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
That's not the spell.
That's a
Hey, Bahamut,
sneeze.
bless you.
He kind of thinks for a minute as he like was in the midst of taking out a pot, turns his head. Yes, I do seem to recall. And he sets it down.
All right. Would you like to see it now? Or after breakfast?
Will it take long?
It shouldn't take long. I only am concerned to see what will happen after. But it won't be anything bad, I assure you.
I'm pointing to Renan, and when he's like, Dudros is like looking at him, and he doesn't see me.
Yeah.
Renan, can we wait till after breakfast in case he has like an emotional breakdown and runs out screaming?
Am I able to?
Yeah, you can respond.
Yeah, okay. I forgot if I'm able to respond to message. I simply respond with, Galileo knows how to cook.
Galileo does know how to cook.
All right. So first thing, Dudros, I would ask, if you were to have a shroud, a magical shroud over you that clouded your mind to certain truths, not for any particular reason except for the gain of others, would you want it removed?
I suppose.
Right. Well, then in that case, if you would take my hand, sir.
None backslaps.
He takes a couple of steps forward
back up.
and starts to reach for you, hesitates, and then reaches for your hand.
All right. And when he grasps my hand, I will cast Dispel Evil and Good. And like I said last session, Dispel Evil and Good is pretty much just the completely cracked out version of protection from evil and good.
Yeah.
So the first thing it would do is anything happening to me from any of those effects, charms from Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, Undead, blah, 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 all of those would just kind of break. And then I can use my action. I touch one creature and transfer it to them. Any one creature that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a Celestial, Elemental, Fae, Fiend, or Undead, the charm breaks.
As those of you who are waking up see Dudros reaching forward to touch Renan's hand or grasp Renan's hand, Renan seems to glow with this magic, or however you would like to describe it, glowing on you.
Arcing out of the part of my tattoo that's showing on the side of my chest, lightning kind of arcs slightly and just ripples down my arm until jumping over onto the skin.
Okay. And you can see that he watches this happen with a mixture of fascination, and then as he sees it arcing towards his arm, towards his hand, he looks for a moment like he's gonna panic, like he's expecting this bolt to hurt, and he's just kind of and then it strikes and goes through his arm, dissipating into his arm, and for a brief moment the fur on his large forearm just kind of puffs out with static before it seems to dissolve into his body. And you see his eyes focus and unfocus, focus and unfocus. And he looks at you, Renan, and brings his hand back and looks at everyone really slowly. Oh.
Yeah. We good or?
I was gonna stand up and slowly kind of walk toward him to see if he's okay.
I'm just sitting up on the ground still from waking up and just looking his direction.
That was a peculiar feeling. I don't know whether to thank you or not. He takes a couple steps back towards the kitchen and kind of stumbles on the stairs that kind of, there's like a couple of little stairs that go up into this little kitchen area, and he kind of loses his footing.
I'm gonna try to catch him like, oh, way
No.
taller than me. Than
Yeah, smash you flat.
He wasn't ready to leave the Matrix.
I'm just kind of folding. I'm slightly folding my hands, kind of putting them in a position where he can't think that I'm doing any more magic, and just standing where I was.
Just have a seat. Like,
no, I'm fine. I had apparently forgotten a lot. I'm going to make breakfast. And he kind of turns and like stumbles up the stairs a little bit, but doesn't say anything.
Hey, how you let us take care of that? You said a spell. You processed a little
choice
bit.
of words, Ardren.
He finds this large like stool that he uses and sits carefully, these large hands on his knees, looking to each of you. What did you do? He looks over at Renan. What was
What
that?
I told you. It was a piece of magic that is used to dispel anything that is corrupting or twisting somebody's mind.
He gave you your freedom back.
So I feel. My head hurts.
Yes, but soon it should feel like a weight is lifting, rather than.
I suppose I was not expecting all of that. What happened? Last night, there was an attack. Ardren, what were you gonna say?
Oh, while he's having this discussion, Ardren's just gonna start making him a cup of tea.
Okay. It's like there was explosions in the city.
Yes.
I go and sit down and across from. What kind of explosions? What kind of attack? Because this was not last night, right? Out again?
Well, it was like the other night.
Okay.
It had been the night before. So yeah, it wouldn't have been last night. I misspoke, but I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
The-
he was correct.
yes.
And what he thought he was saying. Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. I was in my shop, but I heard explosions outside in the city, and I peeked out, and there were things flying in the sky above. And I remember
Did you get a good look at him?
creatures of light, light. I don't know the word for them. Creatures of light that had feathered wings. They flew in the sky and they were dropping things into the city. I saw that many of them seemed to have been around my home. I am remembering. He looks over at Iskra. You had asked me about that lot. There had been a home there before. There was an elderly couple that lived there. Humans. They had been here for quite some time. But it was gone. it was flattened. There was nothing there. Where did their house go?
You don't
That's
know.
what we hope to figure out as well, Dudros.
No one ever came by and said anything. It was just gone.
I don't remember. There was part of my memory is that it was just gone always. But
All right, don't you want to hurry up
of-
with that tea?
another part of me remembers that they live there.
This was taken away from you by the Empire.
Kai was such a sweet lady. I hope she's all right.
I was gonna walk over and just kind of like kneel down and hold him for a bit to like give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome back. I'm sure it must not be easy. It seems like maybe you were under their control for a long time.
I suppose I've been here for many years, but there's a lot of things that I remember, but it is like looking back and seeing all of the nightmares you have ever witnessed.
The
all
trick
at
is don't do
once.
it all at once.
Arjun walks
I
into
am-
the room with that cup of tea, and he's gonna lift up Dudros' hand and kind of just like,
Which
help place it in the hand.
Incidentally, this cup is like a bowl,
A bowl.
for you.
Yeah.
But he just like in his paw, it looks like a large cup or a mug. But you literally are bringing it over with two hands.
It takes the whole pot of tea.
The pot's actually rather large too. It's a bucket.
One of those big stills they make like candy in.
Yes. Perfect. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
There's a facet of the person from which I get strength is freedom, and you have been kind to us. I wished to give you your freedom back.
He like shudders, all like having one of those little cold shivers. He just kind of shakes all the way down. I appreciate what you have done. Although now I feel like I must take a moment to recollect my thoughts and what I thought was to be true.
Understandable.
A lot to take in. Do know that if you wish to return to your state, it will happen again tomorrow. If you wish for this to no longer be the case, then stick with us.
I must be ready to go back to work. I have things to do there. I think there are some things that I'm questioning now.
Write it down what you know, and perhaps if this happens again, you can be reminded of the truth. Somewhere only you would know, in both minds.
Okay. I can do that. He looks over at Ardren. Thank you for this. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hard news is better with a cup of tea in hand, don't you think?
There were some in my village that you would definitely get along with. Always with the brew in hand. Thank you. I will try and sort through what I remember. You have given me this gift. I have to ask, Who are all of you?
My name is Sol. It's nice to meet you.
It is good to meet you as well, Soul. I meant more along the lines of... Forgive me for saying this, if it seems insulting in any way. But I do know that there are some who work against the Empire.
I just give him a solemn nod when he says that.
And
I
Alina
get
and-
pretty darn close to just mimicking Iskra, like at the same time.
Were you two not almost the same way? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably best if we don't tell you that part in case you're questioned.
Well, and I think there might be other resistance that we are not a part of, because Empire made it seem like we were attacking when we were not.
Dudros, the winged creatures you had seen, we had fought them off as well, the same time that they had attacked, 2 days ago. Upon doing this, we are able to find that they were not winged creatures at all, but some kind of illusion placed on a demon or devil
But to be
creature.
clear, they still had wings.
Yeah, technically they were winged
Right.
creatures. They just weren't celestial in nature. They were.
Mhm.
God, I'm agreeing with Kindred.
The way that you described them, there was an illusion placed on top of it.
I lightly pat Kindred and say, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I know.
Many believe that these creatures are the forces of the rebels, but the rebels have nothing to do with this.
This sounds right. I have been here for, at the most, 10 years.
Hmm.
In that time, especially over the last few, there has been various disasters or accidents, and people go missing.
And-
never to be seen again.
You mean the
Mind if I
Arabs?
ask? You've lived in Amrutlar for 10 years, or they in general?
They in general, but Amrutlar has been my primary residence in that time.
And so, would this happen everywhere you went? Kinda? Is it the
I
same everywhere
don't
you go?
know. This has been since I have been here.
Like they are experimenting on
It
the
does fit a
city
pattern.
itself.
I don't know. I have traveled from far to the east, and most of the cities, even those with the best of intentions, still have somewhat. There are always those who are less fortunate, destitute.
I look over
Sick,
at Iskra with
elderly.
like some level of horror on my face.
sick or elderly. Amrutlar does not have sick citizens. We don't have destitute, and even the elderly vanish after a time.
I'm gonna nod back at Renan and then over at Kindred. We should probably leave you to process this, Dudros.
I don't know if that is safe for you. Are you sure you can handle what is out there?
We've managed to survive this long, reluctantly.
Whether or not we can handle it, someone has to try.
I project into the spy's murmur. Army of undead.
I'm going to finish finding some food. Perhaps I will just find the food along the way. I must go and open shop. I have customers that are coming today to pick up supplies. You are welcome to stay here for the time being if you wish. I will leave you my key. Just bring it by the shop whenever you leave.
Judros, you should know that most of the people, if not all of them, that you may come across are still under that control that you once were. If you know how to blend in, like I do. I don't.
I think I will be fine. But yes, I have this feeling that most in the city do not know what is happening. And it is very disturbing to think of. Okay.
In light of, I'm sure, the amount of trauma that you're going through and re-experiencing right now, I can only thank you even more for the hospitality you're giving us and sharing your home.
It was nothing. Just a place for you to rest your head. Whatever you are intending to do here in the city, I wish you the best of luck. I will see to it that perhaps it is time for me to continue moving westward.
Perhaps we may have a place where you can put your considerable skill to great use.
You have a suggestion for a city I can move to?
I'm gonna
Why move to this city when the city
spies
can move to
murmur
you?
and say, not yet. If he falls back into that spell,
It's a place that if you decide to leave, I would be happy to let you know of at such a time. And perhaps we can even make way for you to reach it. But until then, and
perhaps
we'll see you later.
before you go, actually, it might be a little prudent. Renan clearly wanted to get your consent in a roundabout fashion in helping you this time. Now that you know and you fall under that sway again, would you let him help you again?
I don't believe that there would be any reason for me to try and remember. Or forget, I should say. Again. There are too many that I have met over the years that have disappeared, and I do not know where they went. Good people. Decent folk.
Sorry for those losses. Been rediscovering that.
It saddens me. But whatever it is that is going on in this city is far beyond my capability to deal with. If you are capable of doing something, I urge you to do it, but not at the cost of your own lives. There has been enough life lost in this place. And he stands and goes to gather some of his things before heading towards the door. And
So I was gonna stop him real quick.
We should have
You
breakfast.
take this with you as a memory to keep nature close with you and with your heart. And he hands him a flower that he made blue.
I appreciate that, soul. You have a good soul in you. Be careful, everyone. We will see each other soon. And he,
Does he have
close the door.
his
He just has
monstrosity of everything on his back?
yeah, it's just like this. It's almost like a blanket that just covers his body, almost like this shawl. And he has like a knapsack that he carries over his side. A veritable suitcase for most of you, but it tinkles and clanks with all sorts of probably glass little bottles and things inside as he moves.
Can I, while he's distracted with Soul, whisper in my collar to a little snake and just tell him, sneak in that bag, and if something happens to him, come right back to me.
All right. Do you
Stealth
you
check?
just you could just snap him in there? Could you not?
Well, I don't know the insides of the bag, so I don't know, but I can. Yeah, I'll do that if you're letting me.
Sure. I mean, because other than that, there is no way for him to get into the bag without climbing up on him and.
Look over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh wait, it was a spider. Wait.
Pop-Tart, no!
You crawled in your
Pop-Tart,
bag. Open
yes.
it real quick.
So yeah, if anyone hostily interrogates him or attacks him, Mal's is instructed to come right back to me.
Okay. All right.
As the subtle earthquake of his steps begin to dissipate.
We do roll to see if we find any loot in his home.
we're just
Plotting all the plants.
Wow, just
Now that
full
that's
link,
over
smashing
with,
every
time to
pot.
ransack the place.
There are plenty of people
I
that
thought
I
he
am
would
more than
never
okay with
leave.
robbing. This is not one of them.
Oh, look. Pottery
Piece of
filled with
candy.
rubies.
A piece of
Oh
candy.
no. It's candy.
I'm just checking them for jewels.
Yeah. All right. What are you guys doing?
Well, now that everybody's awake, I do have a little bit of news that I already shared with Kindred, and I think Renan overheard a little bit.
Wait, before you do, we pour me a glass of that tea. Not as big though. I think it's fucking
Actually,
huge.
no. I was singing.
Right. Well, into the kitchen then.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna stand up and put the cloak of disguise around myself.
Disguise.
Okay.
So, piggybacking off of what you mentioned about a song, Iskra, when I was trancing last night, I tried to sort of attune to it in a way, and when I finally felt it, I just reflected it back, saying that, if I could just disable the person or the spell or whatever responsible for it, it would help everyone. I didn't get a ping on a person, but it sort of seemed to be projecting from the fortress north of or the northern part of town. And I can't tell if it's the fortress itself being used to cast the spell or someone within it using the fortress itself to amplify it.
If only we
Or
knew
something.
about the magical crystal device that does things magically.
Well, to add on to
Kindred
that,
did mention that, but we don't have direct confirmation one way or the other.
Well,
but I do have people on it. As I already sent message back to Silver Moon, my friend Hippie. She's still there. She's gonna start looking for any bits on the fortress itself or Thayan Mythals if they have that technology. So she's on it.
The ping that I got in meditation felt like some kind of entity. I was thinking dragon, but I could honestly be anything. Maybe it's a mythal situation like that, but with something more sinister.
Or, like Silvery Moon, we could be dealing with a Thayan-controlled mythal and the sons and daughters of Tiamat.
Right?
In any case, I feel like we have a direction now, right? And that direction is the fortress. So, next, I need a change of clothes. We know time is of the essence.
How is
I
it
guess
you
I
always
should
probably need a
change
hideout.
to- Yeah.
How is
How
it
do
you
we-
always end up breaking into the fortress of any given city we go to, dressed up in some kind of disguise?
Just lucky, I guess.
We have to go in disguise again?
What were you gonna say, Sander?
We discussed already as a group, I'd forgotten whether about how Fume needs to no longer exist in order for us to.
No.
I don't think we know that.
Which
No,
is
there was
why I
only a
turned to
few of
Galil and be
us.
like,
Y'all
speaking
don't
of
know
sons
that
and daughters,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
did Carp answer my question? Mr. Jolly Good.
Sorry, this tea's really good. But
And
Does it
now I know
taste-
something's wrong with this guy.
Does it taste
waste-
like chocolate cake?
I waste a second
Dude, I
level
wish.
spell slot.
Whew.
I waste a second level spell slot doing protection. Or no, first level. My
God.
bad.
relax.
Protection from evil
I-
is good.
First off, I talked to Carp last night. Not in a dream plane or anything, but yeah. Basically, he did not know anything about a dragon, but he said that he would let me know if he finds out anything. Secondly, Italy and them are doing good as well. They are not far away. Let's just say that. He did actually say that. Farlight did have a vision of all of us dying. That's why we had to stay behind.
Makes
But-
Have I
sense.
ever met Farlight? I don't think I met Farlight.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did I? Oh, right.
think-
We had like an actual dinner or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a meeting
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I recently saw that. Yes, you did.
in the big conference room, you know?
Mhm.
The war room with the nacho bar.
You're right.
Was there an awkward
Finally,
moment?
we have nachos.
Remember, there was an
Yep.
awkward moment during that.
That is why Galil was happy.
Yes. There was a
He
moment
remembered it.
involving a head. Isra didn't want to see it. It caused some problems.
Oh yeah. He did see. She did see one person in the vision that we kind of need to deal with. And that's that one Nazi that
Me?
had issues
Yeah.
with this one.
Yeah, I was about to say this isn't getting any less on the as you're continuing.
The
That one Genasi
one I
was-
bumped into is the only other one we know about. The
That's
one
Yeah.
who
one.
came to pay us a visit on our ship shortly before guards tried to take it.
Mm.
He said if we deal with her, we can alter the future, our fates.
Also,
Oh, it's if like we killed our killer before they kill us. We live.
But we need to be smart about it.
oh, of
Right.
course, it's a fucking dragon.
well, possibly.
I am very convinced. I'm
It
gonna treat it
growled.
as if she is a dragon.
It growled at me in the meditation, but
Only problem is I
Right.
haven't sensed a dragon at all.
right.
Sandra,
But
didn't
also-
you say that you heard heard dragon in your meditation thoughts?
Well, it definitely felt like a large creature, predator feeling, but it maybe a dragon, may not be. Yeah, I just know that it's sentient. It's an evil entity.
I just know apparently if Thayans have access to mythals, there's probably a lot of other magically inclined things that they are capable of that we quite don't know. It's like this
Aaron.
book I read a long time ago. Apparently, like there's this country called North America invaded Iraq because they thought they had weapons, but not quite. And it was like an arms race. So we just have to be smart about this. And just let people live.
God damn it. Dreamy. Game's getting too real, y'all. What were you gonna say, Sonder?
I remember you saying 2 red eyes. Is that making that up, or is that a thing?
Not what it felt like was. Well, I think what you're remembering is it was like the description of being in a shark tank
Yeah.
with a shark or something outside. But there was whatever it is, like you have your eyes closed, but you can still feel or hear the movement in the water.
Yes,
so in this
good.
sense, since you just sensed that there was someone or something just outside of that sphere of your perception of your whenever you were meditating, it was like whatever it was circling around you but couldn't get close, couldn't reach you.
And then
Should look in
growled.
chat real quick.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Why do I get
They'll just
inspiration?
I know my herstory. No.
But I'll take it. I'll use that inspiration and put it to good use.
You're welcome.
Uh-oh.
It should be specified you use it to disadvantage someone else.
Oh.
I'm gonna make for the door.
Okay.
EM has advantage. Run.
Has
Where
Cut
to though?
out
A new
Your
campaign.
fate.
I'm out.
has
Okay,
anyone
Iskar is
seen a
medium.
clothing shop around?
No,
What is
but
that
I would
one
be
hat shop?
interested to go as well.
They had some
Yeah.
clothes there.
Do you want to borrow a few things from my bag in the meantime? So you're still not walking around in that?
Well,
I mean, Iskra, I do have a dress I can't wear anymore.
Why can't you wear it?
Wait,
you could
isn't
wear it
that
if
the
you wanted.
dress
one
that
that's particularly
Shut up, Renan.
eye-catching, I imagine.
the slit from the
Maybe
top
it's
almost meets the slit from the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Maybe it's best to save that when we need it.
Sure.
Don't you think that
Okay.
might call a little too much attention, Kindred?
Honestly, Iskra is too respectable to actually wear it at the moment. It was a joke, guys.
You don't joke well. That was a
I know.
soul joke, if anything else.
Oh no. Everyone,
Oh.
Just rubbing
by
off
the
on
end of
me.
the campaign, every single one of your names is going to be attributed to like something. Like, oh my god, you just sold it up.
All of our names will be verbs by the end of this.
Yeah.
You just
I-
sauntered.
Britted it up.
I don't get it. Do I say a lot of jokes?
Mhm.
I like your joke, Soul. I'm gonna
Just
walk out of the door
stares,
too.
just stares at Soul for a moment.
In honesty, that dress could come in handy.
Mhm. I mean, it won this one as I point to Ardrin.
Oh no.
I was gonna go and change out of his silkies real quick into his normal clothes.
I'm just gonna hold the cloak closed around me.
Okay.
Be like, this will be fine for now. I'd rather just get going.
Fair enough.
Well, wait, let's turn off the heat. That way we won't set fire to his place. Is the
It's been on
stove still
fire for
going?
15 minutes.
Smoke alarms.
I figure
like-
once we have new disguises, we can maybe seek out Frankie Kelsey, get ourselves set up somewhere else, find out how we might get into the fortress.
The Salty Prince.
You know, with any luck, the Thieves Guild may very well have some kind of a magical protection as an organization that wouldn't want their mind altered by the Empire, for example.
My thoughts went there as well.
All right. What
No.
device is keeping the others from falling under that same spell?
One thing I do want to do before we leave the city, if Dudros does not decide to come with us, I want to come up with something that can protect him until he can get himself out of Thay. If I can, at least.
Are there any spells that protect the mind from such things? That could be
Well, there's
put
For long
into like
enough.
a ring? Like an
But unless he
enchantment?
knows how to do them himself.
I'm
have to
sure
come do
that
it for him.
finding or buying anything like that would attract a lot of attention.
Hmm.
I don't think my mushrooms helped much.
Renan, we could leave your circlet.
We beat it.
Oh no.
No.
We were sad this morning, so they must have done something. So
Why not just
In
use
a weird way,
Kindred
that
to
makes sense.
teleport him to like Silvery Moon or something?
Because
Wouldn't
he doesn't
need
want
a
to go yet.
circle?
I said, we have a circle.
We don't.
In Silvery Moon, we do.
Shut up. Don't say it out loud in
And-
case.
We have means of getting there.
I'm gonna open the door and start
Speaking of
walking out.
Silvery Moon,
fine, do.
I might
Hey,
watch some
clothes
I'm
shopping!
going
Runs
with that.
after Iskra.
So you think that there might be big crystal here?
Mhm.
Atet is a big crystal, yes.
She's a woman, but also a crystal.
So
Metaphorically.
is this a woman and also a crystal? Here?
We don't know for sure, but we're gonna try to find out.
Wouldn't that mean that when you knock on the wall, it would come and you can talk to it?
Do we want to talk to it in case it's gonna turn us in, and then come destroy Drudos' house?
No. Okay. No, I will not knock on the wall.
But you know
No.
what? That's actually not a completely dumb idea, but just not here.
Hey,
Sometimes the simplest things are just you don't think of it because it's too simple.
Hey, it's
Hiding in
like
plain sight.
it's like 8:40 in the morning. We should get going.
it's like eight. It's like
Arjun has already
8:43.
left, and you
The
say
sun's
hiding
barely
in plain
coming up.
sight. I like that.
I think my feelings are hurt a little bit.
All right.
I don't have time to explain it. I'm just gonna finish up the dishes and put it back where Soul pulled this stir fry pot out of or whatever.
Yeah. No food was made. He was getting stuff.
he's just started.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was
He
just
just
starting.
got oil in the pan and was warming it.
Yeah. Basically.
Just a cold egg on a pan.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
It's a metaphor for life right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
Okay.
I really
So-
Can that be the episode title?
Cold egg.
on a
Cold
pan.
egg on a cold pan. All right. So Kindred, you finished putting the stuff away.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Just one last thing, guys. It's not gonna take me long. I'll actually, where y'all gonna go to the Drudoses or to the Salty Prince first, or what? Or close?
There's a couple close
it's-
places nearby.
I will say Iskra said that Iskra was leaving, and if Iskra
Yeah,
was
I'm
leaving,
already out in the street.
I'm with Iskra
Yeah.
walking through the streets.
I'm not
So-
walking yet, but I'm outside,
Yeah.
Okay.
giving people a couple more minutes to go.
I'm just
Um,
gonna write a quick note
I'll
for
join
Drudos.
for the
Overthrowing
yeah,
Thayan
I think-
Empire. Thanks for tea.
I want to roll an investigation rather than a perception to find a clothing store because I'm going to be talking to people to
Sure.
point me in the direction of one.
Let's not forget to lock the place when we leave.
I was
Oh,
gonna.
yeah, I have the key.
You have the key.
Did he leave
Okay.
a key under the mat?
No, he just there is like a key that hangs by the door on the inside.
No, we will leave the key with Dudros.
He said to take it to him, so yeah, I'm gonna.
Galea,
Yeah,
what are you
Or
after I leave,
a
after my note, I'll-
clothier,
yeah.
a tailor, I guess
Yeah.
is the actual right way to say it.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Iskra.
Okay.
Mainly because I know where a clothing store is.
Okay. All right. So going out. Who's the last one out?
Me.
You. Okay.
Oreo.
Well, I imagine Oreo goes when you go, but
Yeah, I know.
let's see here. Were you gonna say something, Arjun? I did see your.
Oh
phone.
no, I was gonna help Iskra find a place because I had scouted around the night before going for rest, but since Galil knows some places.
Well, you know what? I would take an assist with that roll anyway because I rolled real low.
Then I will give an assist.
Beautiful.
And I
No,
will start
Iskra
walking.
over there.
Kindred,
Better.
as you're
Yes.
finishing your things and gathering whatnot together, you're looking about the room, getting your pack on. You like, it's one of those things where you pat yourself to kind of like
Like doing
check
mental
your
checklist, like
yeah,
got
doing
everything, wallet,
checking
phone,
your keys. Yeah. Kind of like one of those kind of situations. And your hand goes to your bag and you kind of do like this mental check of everything that you had out and everything you put back in there. Your mind goes to the mushroom. It's your mind just like it's such a strange thing because your mind goes to the mushroom. Like, it's not so much that it was like you were checking that it was in there, it just like your mind keeps going back to the mushroom. Something about the mushroom. No, you put it in the bag. It's fine. The mushroom. You take your bag around to the side, you stick your hand in, and then the little baggie that you have the mushroom in. You peek at it. That abyssal mushroom. Why does it keep replaying in your head? You draw the strings tight, put it back into the sack, adjust it onto yourself, and your hand almost unconsciously goes back to grab at the bag again. No, you just put it back. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. You do one last check around the room. Okay. Grab the key off the hook. Everyone's standing around outside. You take one back. You take one last look inside the apartment and close the door. Lock it. Stick the key in your pocket. And as your hand comes back out of your pocket, you kind of just can't help but run your hand along the pack again, where that bag is inside. And you follow the rest of your friends as you move down the street towards the marketplace, trying to find some sort of disguise for normal people. I think they call them clothes. And that's where we're going to go on break.
We are going to cosplay as normal civilians.
Galil, what the fuck did you give
What
me?
do you
I'm
do, fellow
A
Thea?
construction worker.
Hi,
Time to
I am
cosplay.
regular old me. That's
Can we
right,
be the village
guys.
people?
Oh
Time
my
to
god.
cosplay someone who has their shit together.
Oh,
cosplaying guys. Yes.
Nice. I like that. Well, we'll be right back in a couple of minutes. We're going to refill our cups and such. Thank you for the raid earlier, Kaz. I don't know if you're still in there. And all of you fellow vibers from the Kaz the DM's channel. Thank you for the raid, and hope you've been enjoying so far. Dreamy, how do you do, fellow Thayans? It's
Yes.
become precious to me. Exactly. I love it. All right, we will be back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
I gotta check on my mushrooms.
Okay, we are back. Listen, Dreamy, it's Kindred. Yeah. Well, people went to go grab snacks, and when they went to go grab snacks, they happened to go down the street, and we're sitting in line at Whataburger. Not really. It just takes a little bit. It's fine. We're here. We're here. All
Ginger
right.
died on the way back to his home planet. Anyways,
Yeah, basically. Let's see here. Let us get in the proper swing of things.
We're not swingers, are we?
In the swing of things.
well, we did just get Dudros's keys, so we're on our way.
Yeah, you're right.
Judros wasn't invited to the overnight swinging party, but we used his house.
Oh no.
Wow.
That's several layers of not okay for him.
I know.
That's another trauma
And
that
then
got
we broke
buried
his
under
brain
fan
in the morning.
conditioning. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a party, you weren't invited, and apparently you've just been brainwashed for like 5 years.
Thanks for the dinner.
It was
Exactly.
great. It was great.
You mean breakfast?
No, we had
First
dinner,
one,
too.
yeah, we had dinner at his place.
He started making breakfast, and then y'all scared him off of it, and so none of us got to eat.
Oh, way
Dang
to
it.
go.
That's on Galip.
Why is it on me?
That's on you.
Because you're the one that can cook.
I didn't say I was going to be cooking.
Like a you.
I'm in a good mood, sir. Don't ruin it.
I have no intention to. That's why I'm saying it to you and not you.
And that is why I'm saying it as me and me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so as you guys have left Dudros's house and you are here in the slave quarters, basically, of Amrutlar, this is where the working class man lives, man and
Really
woman.
get good food.
The working
So the
class
middle class?
individual, the working class individuals.
I was an 18, by
On
the
the
way,
investigation?
after,
Yes.
yeah, Arjun's help.
In looking and asking around, you are directed to, you are told that basically this area of town is more of a,
Figured as much.
yeah, it's more of a suburban area. It's more so than like has any real way in the way of shops. Most of the shops would be either in the mid section of town or even in the higher section. That's where most people just go. They commute to the north side of town to go and work there.
Do we get a name of any particular place? You don't necessarily have to give us a name, but you know.
I would
Yeah.
love the idea of like
I
Thayan
want-
having
if we
like
have a specific
Forever 21 because it's
location
kind
to
of
go
literal
to,
for a
that'd be
lich.
I want it to be named Ophelius.
Forever
I don't know
20
why.
Forever 21.
The sassy
Wow.
sartorialist.
I will spend a name generator thing to do Ophelius.
Ophelia.
Feels like
For
feels like
Dreamy. Dreamy just put Forever 21.
No,
Damn it.
get your reality out of my D&D.
Unfortunately, there was a place named Forever 21. It's mysteriously burned down like a couple of nights ago, so that was really weird and unfortunate.
No one remembers it, so that's okay.
There you go.
Not so forever.
True enough.
Oh,
So it turned out that Forever 21 only lasted, I think they were open for like 8 months, so it's fine. Dreamy boo. Okay. So we will have an Ophelius.
yay! I don't know why. It just popped into my head. It became necessary.
All right.
Is this some sort of
Forever
Shakespearean sartorial
Ophelia.
tragedy, or
I have
I
no
think
idea.
so. It most likely is.
All right.
a lot of water features in Ophelius? Very concerning.
Ah,
Yes.
The freaking weekend, baby.
Let's see.
I can see
Some
Forever
fun.
21 being
Oh.
more of like elfin
What?
created because they look young for a long time.
Ophelia 21.
Ophelia 21.
there you go.
All right.
That's
I can live with that.
Ophelia's trusty closet. Ophelia's trusty closet. It is. It is a place.
That
Not
sounds like
the
Plato's
closet
closet.
again.
even for gays.
So, is that where you're headed, or
Yeah, I
just in
guess so,
general,
yeah, let's
in
do
that
it.
in that direction of shops? That is not the only clothing shop in town, but it is one that was mentioned to you,
It was not burned
strangely enough. And
The hippest.
It's about to be.
it's about to
It
be
ain't
burned down.
one of the hot fashion places because it's still standing.
Oh no!
We don't want the hot places. They were burned.
Like Abercrombie and Fitch.
Hot
Is it gonna
topic.
have like all
God
the
damn it.
overpriced,
Hollister.
like high-end looking clothing that's actually really low quality? I'm thinking of a
I
store.
guess you'll
at
have to
the-
actually go there and find out.
I
So,
fully intend
as
to. Let's
you
go.
as you guys are moving along, you have made your way out of this side section of town and start crossing the oh my god, what is this street
I'm
called? I
keeping
always
an alert,
forget.
by the way.
All right, make a perception check for me.
Aye.
You are crossing the Eastern Way, the large merchants route that kind of bisects the city. Yes.
It's a crescent moon.
Yay! Okay. And what's your total?
I fucking love these dice, Arjun.
What's the total?
That's nat 20 plus 7.
All right.
I have a little button every now and again I just press, so when it's convenient for me, you'll fail.
It switches the polarity on the dice so that it like rotates around the other direction.
Oh no, throwing initiative against each other. Well, hold on.
Oh,
I have the other dice as well.
You see that whereas like the time before, during one of the race days, there is a general excitement to the city as people are headed out towards the fairgrounds. Today, it seems as if most of the people are concentrated on this merchant's way, on this route that splits the city. There are numerous it's kind of almost like a bazaar or a market that's been set up, farmers market sort of scenario, where there are a lot of vendors and stalls, shops and things that you had seen out in the day, well, not the day before, but when you had first arrived there in the fairgrounds, that seems to now have been moved into the city. There are even sections where the streets are now have like long tables with bench seating around them, as if preparing for some banquet or feast. But the atmosphere is energetic, to say the least, as everybody seems to be enjoying the various new stores that are there, both in physical wear and things to eat and drink. Here and there, you even spot La Pulga, basically. Here and there, you even spot performers that are either performing acrobatic feats or playing music, and occasionally you'll hear in the distance the cheering sound of people as like a performance comes to an end and such. So it's generally like a rather like happy atmosphere that you guys are finding yourself in, despite the morning having started off kind of with that weight in your mind. Sol, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm going to keep an eye out for any thieves' camp markings anywhere, just as we go along.
Sure. What? Anything in particular?
No, I
Would
just
you-
want to take note on if we come across any, like, what are they saying about
Okay.
the areas we're in.
Make a perception check for me.
That's a nat 20 on a die, so that's a 25. I wish I didn't get a nat 20 on a skill check. That's okay.
Hey, better than nothing. As you are walking around, you haven't seen anything yet in the way of any sort of these aside from those houses that you had seen before that were marking them as like not to be touched, safe places. But here in the market square, in this like along this route and following the directions given to get to Ophelia's, you haven't seen anything new.
Okay.
All right. So,
The performers catch my eye a little bit as we walk, but I try not to let myself get too distracted.
For sure. And it's funny because your mind kind of goes back to home for a minute, and the little corner performers of the circus faction. What are their names?
Rakdos?
The Rakdos.
Yeah, the Rakdos.
The cult of Rakdos. Like the jugglers of knives and things, and you see these people seem so much tamer and almost not boring. Boring is not the word I was but it's just in comparison, mundane. A lot more mundane in nature than the death-defying or at times even death-dealing performances that would be done there on the streets of Ravnica. But as for the rest of you guys, what are you doing? Anything you are keeping an eye out for or anything? Well, Galil.
Just still helping Iskra find what she's looking for.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And a hat store.
And a hat store.
A proper hat store.
Yes. A proper hat.
A haberdasher.
A haberdasher.
Am I about to have to edit your character designs?
You give him a cowboy hat. I don't know
Or how many gallons does it have?
Yes.
We're in.
It's a hat of holding.
They use liters.
They use liters and things.
The more you put in it, the extended it gets.
Oh no.
Okay. Dimmadome.
There you go. That's the
no.
one I was waiting for.
That's where he keeps all his money.
I refuse
There's
to
Taco.
add that. So
All right. Then if nothing else, you do notice, I guess, Galil, as you are the one keeping an eye out on things, that there are, as has always been, plenty of people who are clocking Oreo as she follows along with you, giving her the double take on an occasion, giving you guys a wider berth as people are kind of like, moving away.
Don't own pets, okay?
At least
Or at
if
least
they
an omelet
do,
line.
they're not large winged felines.
Fair.
Go ahead, Arjun.
Oh, can I try and steer Iskra away a little bit from the Oreo mess behind us, so we're not as closely linked to it in case anybody's looking?
Sure. You are.
I'm gonna use my jacket that I bought from the store and cover Oreo's wings at least.
oh, now it's just a cat wearing a jacket. That's
Basically,
so much,
trendy.
so much better.
it's way better.
This is
better
my
dress
circus
like a rich
creature.
person, Galil, because that will make a lot of sense. You've
I am
just
I'm gonna do a little
Also-
turn on the catwalk. No.
I am keeping my eyes out for any exotic pet or
Look behind you.
not an exotic pet. I meant the store. I just hadn't finished, damn it.
You already know what happened the last time you did that. Where's Twiggy?
Yeah.
Where is he?
We don't know where Twiggy is, but
True.
you still have your damn crow somewhere
You're gonna end up
Like a
buying.
careful
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
a
is Plume, by the
person.
way?
on the
Well,
ship.
she's been free, but on my shoulder, and she's kind of been hopping around looking at stuff for the night. And then hopefully now she's still on my shoulder as like, okay, we're gonna go.
Oh wait, I get
Wait, my mushroom? Did you see me put it in my bag?
She's looking at everyone with a very judging side eye. She just looks at people up and down.
Ah, she is me.
So that was a 19 or a 27 after adding my bonus.
Okay.
History.
You don't see anything in the way of any sort of pet shops, and this looks more of the ordinary like food, goods, and tourist trap like souvenirs to buy from this event of over the weekend. But as you steer yourself out of the merchant's way and a little further into the northern side of town, you are approaching the sections that you were told to go to as far as like these shops go. And as you approach the corner nearing where the shop is, who is leading? I guess it's Iskra and Arjun, right? You guys are kind of leading the stragglers as they kind of follow along. Kind of are you guys trailing out a little bit just to kind of avoid looking like a whole group of
posse.
people? Yeah.
I mean, that didn't cross Soul's mind. But
No. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just asking. Sonder.
probably
and
not
then-
Soul.
Renan said he like followed me right out the door right away too, and so
Yeah.
did Sonder. So
Okay.
whichever.
All right. Well, in that case, as you guys are coming around the corner, a small goblin man comes the opposite direction and kind of like walking along very assuredly comes wrong like, oh, excuse me, and like walks right past you and between you guys.
This man.
Does he bump into any of us?
No, he kind of had come around the corner as you were coming around the corner and almost run into you, but he's like, oh, excuse me, kind of like sidesteps and takes a couple steps over off to the side, and watches as you guys pass, and then sees Sonder and the rest of the gang as they kind of continue, and he's just like, excuse me, kind of like starts kind of like navigate his way through you guys, but he does kind of strike you as familiar, though he is not wearing not like dressed like any of the individuals you have come across before. He's still, yeah, Frankie or his cousin. But he kind of like, oh, excuse me, is like, oh my,
Hey, Frankie.
like, wait, what? What'd you say?
Wait, are you saying that?
No,
or-
I'm asking you. What did you say?
Oh, I say, hey, Frankie, as he passes by.
He like pauses as he sees like Galil and the giant, well, to him, Oreo, and he's like, he looks up at you and, I'm sorry, who did you ask for?
Is it to me now?
Yeah, he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Frankie. Frank Burt. Frank Butt. Frank my man.
My main man. No. I think you have the wrong person. My name is Philippus Gray. Not Frankie or what was the other name that you said?
Doesn't matter. Sorry.
No. I mean, you okay. Well, have a good day. Enjoy the feast. That is a really large cat you have there, young man. He like continues to walk past you.
Strange.
Did you catch your scent?
Iskra, make a perception check.
Iskra, make a perception check.
Or perception or insight.
What?
Okay.
Do a one of those things that you do where you can track people. See where he goes after this.
21
Who,
for
him?
insight.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
Hmm?
Wait,
You
you're
sound
not gonna
very
like
excited
glow.
about that.
I'm
Right.
not.
Okay, yeah, do it.
I use subtle hunter's mark.
Okay.
He explodes.
He turns into tiny Frankie Kelsey's.
Just this sort of man-splosion in the middle of the thing.
Whoa.
I'm sure that will go over
There's
real
a
well.
big target symbol above his head everywhere he walks.
Where are you?
Just everything guard does the Metal Gear Solid.
Nice. As you do that, he continues to walk, and you feel you'll have your spell latch onto his form for the time being.
It's 3rd level, by the way.
Okay. Is
So
there?
I can 8 hours.
Damn.
Is this just
Some point-
regular hunter's mark?
Yeah, it's a regular Santos mark. It's 8 hours at 3rd level.
Wow.
Oh, not okay. I was like, this is the new yes. The level you can maintain your concentration on the spell for up to 8 hours. Wow, and for 5th level and up, it's 24 hours. That's wild.
Yep.
Oh, it's like curse or bestow curse.
It's basically it's the curse of tracking him.
I'm gonna say to the gang, I don't know if that was necessarily Frankie, but he definitely recognized the name.
Yeah.
The way he stopped, it reminded me of the way people react when they're pretending to be somebody else and they hear their own name, and if they haven't done it for very long, catches them off guard. Kind of have to practice it, you know?
And what was that name he gave us? Philippe?
Said
Lepus
Philippus.
Gray.
Right. What kind of person is named that?
You've obviously not spent very much time around goblins.
You've obviously never been to Singapore.
A Singapore slate.
Okay.
Maybe he just doesn't want to talk in such an open space.
Perhaps.
Well, neither do we,
Well.
really, right?
Lila has
And
him
hard.
on mark, so if he does anything funky or odd, then we may know where he's at. Or where to find him.
That's good. First things first, though. I think we're getting closer.
You finish coming around the corner, and there before you is a somewhat of a large shop with 2 large windows on either side of this door that have these wooden. They're not full mannequins; they're just like body, like
Right?
thing.
No, crap.
Like
now
a,
the word
like a dress
left me
mannequin or
too.
something.
Yeah, it's just like almost
Racks,
like almost
that's the word.
yeah. It's almost like a
course,
body shape, but there's no like limbs or anything to it. It's just enough to give it like
Yeah.
something for the clothing to sit on. And you see that it has various clothing, both somewhat nicer on the nicer thing side, and then also some rather ordinary looking clothing. But you can see that in the front there are already various streamers that have been set up in front to kind of portray the festival atmosphere that the rest of the city seems to be starting to set up now that the day is starting.
Does it seem to be the type of thing that we've seen people wearing around?
Yeah. It's like I said, it just kind of depends because depending on what side of the town you have been on,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like this
This-
kind of qualifies more of that middle section kind of
Yeah.
thing. But
Okay,
yeah,
great.
it's local colors and you also notice that there are no reds anywhere on the displays clothing.
All right. Well, I kind of pointed out we're here.
All right.
All right, in we go, I
Mm.
suppose.
We'll walk over and open the door for everybody.
All right. Is
I'll
everybody,
head inside.
everybody going in?
You are good.
All right. Entering inside.
I mean, I can't. I have to focus on the spell
What? What are we gonna do?
because it's concentration.
Uh-huh.
For 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
How does that even...
Well, it's just like you have it's like I would equate it to keeping a thought in your mind. If you're like doing stuff and you're just thinking about another thing that's just kind of there. It's present.
Don't
It's not
forget
like you're
to get
focused.
elk.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I have the baby shark song stuck in my head.
Yeah, exactly. You're just-
Or it's the opposite of an earworm where you're trying to keep it in your head.
yeah, exactly. You're just
You've had "Don't Talk About Bruno" stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
oh no.
Or having the TV on while you're doing something.
Alexa!
No. Stop. Make it stop. All right. Opening the door, you are greeted with an actually well-stocked store filled with various kinds of clothing and even a couple of what looks like mounted sets of armor up on the walls. Nothing super expensive looking or ornate, but there are various like leathers and chainmails that are set up on the wall either as display or as decoration.
Oh, so they even have armor here too.
Yeah. But it has various racks filled with tops and bottoms and dresses and pants and all sorts of knickknacks. Shelvings filled with boots and shoes. A lot of it geared toward life in the desert, we'll say.
I'm gonna look for a worker or proprietor.
Okay. Towards the back where there you see that there is a counter. A rather interesting figure as like sits up from where they were seated. A creature that you personally have not come across before. They are a beastman of some sort, almost canine in appearance, but are rather tall, coming up at the shoulders at another like 7 feet, almost reminding you of Dudros in a sense that his head comes down a little bit, but this would be a oh my god, what are they called?
Organs.
No, they the word was there in my head and now it is gone.
You lost concentration.
What
Yeah.
did they do?
They
All I
are
can
like
think of is organ.
no, they are the ones that are like hyenas. Why can I not think of the name?
Knolls.
The Knolls.
Knolls. God. Oh wait, no, you have seen a knoll because there was
Yeah.
knolls. I forgot there were knolls.
But is this a regular
In the
knoll?
Wizards of Evermore, yeah.
Yes.
I was waiting for it.
There you go.
Well done. Well done. Joom Joom.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got your inspiration soul.
That might be the first time I've gotten it.
Really? Nice.
I think so.
You see the gnoll dressed in like what almost looks like a white shirt with like a little vest that is tightly buttoned in the front. Kind of scratches at the side of his face. He's like sees this small crowd of people that have just walked into his shop. Hello. How can I help you?
Hey there. I need something to wear for the feast that's coming up, but that I could also use as everyday wear after the fact, you know, because I can't really afford to just buy something for one event.
Oh, well, here at Ophelia's, we offer a variety of things that are reasonably inexpensive. Are you looking just for you or for everyone else?
Well, I'll let them speak for themselves, but I think they're kind of a similar mind. We do want to go to the feast, so
Ah, well,
something nice enough, but, you know, that we can still get dirty.
planning to have a good time then, I see. Well, I think I can help you find something.
And he leads you over to a section that has some more along the feminine lines of clothing.
I start walking over to that direction too, because that's the most likely section of the room that's going to have something backless.
Fair enough. You do have wings.
Soul's gonna wander around and see if he sees a big and tall section.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a big and tall section for sure.
But like a really big and tall.
Arjun's gonna try and help Saul find like a nice vest or something without sleeves, so he doesn't feel so constrained.
Right. So, how fancy are we getting?
Well, remember, and I'm just saying this to Galil up close. Well, I guess depending on the section that he's in.
Hmm.
I'm just perusing around,
Yeah,
debating
like,
which one to get.
I figure we're gonna have to use this stuff for who knows how long, right? And we don't really want to call attention to ourselves, but we want to be able to kind of fit in anywhere. So just sort of ride the line,
Going to find a suit.
Maybe something with a top piece that you can take off or add, depending on the situation.
Blazer.
Be nice, yes.
I'm gonna go find that.
All right.
I'll follow Sonder.
All right.
Adam's
yeah.
too terrible to know fashion, so
I've got you.
We love a
Soul's
shopping.
gonna
list.
look for some. Arjun had a great idea of looking for some kind of vest thing, sleeveless vest. He's also gonna look for a pair of nice pants.
Okay. We'll say over the course of the next, I don't know how long you're wanting to spend in here, about an hour, maybe. By the time everyone
We're looking
finds
for
something,
everything.
Yeah, once we find everything,
Yeah.
try stuff on.
hmm you find a lovely assortment of local threads that you can use for everyday use that will not hinder your current armor setups if need be, because I was imagining some of you actually still are wearing your armor, and various things. You're not going to be covering that up too much to where it's going to be annoying to work with.
I'm gonna go up to him and ask him though.
What?
I see that you also sell farmers here.
Oh, well, we don't carry necessarily a lot in stock, but, we have, some things. Are you looking for, armors?
Mitra.
Kind of, yeah. I was actually wondering what's the most unique armor you have available.
Well, these are just, some local crafters that have done this work. Nothing, just some chain. We have leather.
You don't have anything?
We deal mainly with the cloth and thread variety of things. We carry these things mostly for decoration more than we are actually trying to sell anything.
Yes, basically.
All right.
Do I hear this little exchange though?
Yeah.
Okay. I walk up and I clap on one of his shoulders. Oh, monsieur, don't you know that adorable face of yours is disarming enough? Then I walk off.
To Galil?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Soul hears that, he's gonna think he's meaning that Galil's face is ugly, that it causes people to drop their weapons.
Adorable.
Wow.
I said adorable face.
I know, that's why he gets confused. Like, what?
Adorable, yet disarming.
Yet disarming.
Okay. So over the next couple hours, give me we'll say much of a percentage of new clothing are you wanting to get?
Let's do a fashion runway show.
Oh my gosh!
Uncle
If you,
Knickknack's summer
Do
wardrobe.
they have anything in cerulean blue?
oh my god! No. Yes. No. Actually, I mean, they would
Oh
have a
my
variety
God.
of clothing. They'd have
I
a
was
red.
half joking, but that would be what I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, no,
asshole.
because I was like, there are of all the colors that are available. There's a lot of earth, basically any tone except anything that gets close to the red shades. There's nothing in red here. So yeah, earth tones there are plenty, as well
What
as
is-
the blues. And
What are the
greens.
brightest colors that we've seen people wandering around with? Like he said cerulean blue, but have we seen people walk around in bright colors before, or would that be really out of place?
yellow?
As far as here in the festival so far, you have seen plenty of, like, more of the showy sort of things. So yeah, you have seen some bright colors, but a lot of them tend to be yellows. A few that may have tinged closer to the orange and earthy tones, but most of the brightness would be like yellows, golds, blues, and greens.
Yeah, so I'd be looking for like a backless cerulean something or other.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I would just that way I can gauge like price wise what you guys would be looking to spend here.
Joel is
50
buying
gold.
2 items. He's buying that nice sleeveless vest top and pants that have a little bit of like this stripe that goes along the line on the edge of the
Okay.
sides.
Yep.
But since he doesn't wear shoes, he's kind of stepping on the ends of the pants by his heels.
Either that or they would be like up on his ankles, like above his ankle bone.
They start off there, but over time they slide down. He ends up stepping.
Oh, yeah.
Are just gonna help him find a belt and to roll up the cuffs of the pants just so it actually
no.
looks like it fits.
Soul
But
is
he's-
officially a raging bisexual.
Well, he's still gonna put like the armor piece
Wow.
on top of
Hmm.
everything. So
Yeah.
like I don't know, that kind of like feathery top thingy, and then
Yeah.
also that flowy thingy on the belt. Whatever.
I love these descriptions. All
Yes.
of these thingies.
Just referred to my my mini that I posted from Hero Forge.
Yeah.
Renan, you're gonna have to make a new art set
No,
for
no.
everyone, like when Critical Role went to
No.
Jorhas.
Jorhas, and everybody had like their quasi gothic gear.
Who's gonna
I
be the
love it.
jester
I
with
know.
crazy like?
I'm already running through it in my head.
I like Joom. I do like rain bisexuals. That's pretty good.
Yay!
Like yeah, after that
Oh.
bike ride, I guess that makes sense.
This is our anime episode where it's the closing song where for some reason all the characters are wearing like dressy outfits
yeah. Mhm.
for no reason.
Okay, so for you, Soul, we'll put it at 20 silver for your
Okay.
clothing.
Done.
Arjun, what are you wanting?
To help better fit in, he's gonna see if there's any of the leather armor that would be a good substitute for what he's normally wearing.
Sure. I mean, the leather armor in general is not going to stick out a lot more. So
Yeah.
you're probably
And he's-
okay with what you have, like leather armor
Okay.
wise, because it's not going to change too much in design or function.
Mhm.
Anything that's more quote unquote local. However, like if you want to, they do have hats here. It is not a hat store, but they do have some hats.
They do have hats. What kind of hats do they have? Do they have any sort of, Raylan Givens-esque justified cowboy hats?
I was really hoping for like big feather and everything, but all right.
Oh, no.
He doesn't
We're
wanna-
not doing the
musketeer.
Dimedome nonsense, but
You don't want to be a musketeer? Are you sure?
no. Not this time.
No.
I have enough characters in my roleplay history that have done that, so we can go another direction.
How about a bowler hat?
Bowler hat.
guy.
Like
I
the guy
want
with the
my
lever
drow
action
with a
sitting on
cowboy
the-
hat. That's all I've ever wanted.
Like the guy from
You're
Meet
right
the
on.
Robinsons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Robert.
yeah.
You are now the bowler hat guy. Okay. So yeah, they have some hats that could like be along that Western style, if you so desire.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's good old dusty brown.
Mm-hmm.
Saunders gonna get like a heathery gray just suit jacket with pants and a blazer type of deal.
Oh,
Simple.
okay. For yours, 30 silver. Ardrin, we'll go ahead and say, do you just want to get in the hat for right now?
Oh, I kind of want to complete like the cowboy look a
Do you
little
want a
bit.
duster?
Yeah, but not like like the like rustic leather or something like that, but just something a little bit nicer for like a festival.
Sure. Got
Like
that.
like if Bullock from Deadwood dressed up on occasion.
Okay. Then for yours, we'll say we can set it at we'll do 25 gold for hat and said duster. Galil, what are you looking for? Oh, go ahead.
Just boots.
Boots? Yeah. We'll put that up to then 35 gold.
And a
I was about to say,
pink
boots are
silk
expensive.
shirt. Pink silk shirts that he probably has already in his bag, so I guess just the boots then.
Okay. Galil,
So that was a total of
35 silver.
35.
Silva.
A long black silk robe with the arms, the
Mhm.
sleeves in them,
Yeah.
all the way going down, along with some pants and some shoes.
Oh my gosh, freaking Darth Maul over here with his like
Oh, no,
black
no.
robes. I love it.
I'll send you the pic
Okay.
for better.
All right. So you said the robe, pants, and what else?
And just like comfortable shoes ish,
Yeah.
casual ish.
Some sneakers. All right, cool. Some high tops to go with your some fancy high tops. All right.
Wrong Discord.
So then for that, we'll put that at 40 silver. So, it's not like super amazing quality fabrics, but they are functional and thus inexpensive. Iskra. What are you-
Well, you mentioned stuff for desert living, so I'm gonna go with like a more of a Bedouin type outfit,
Okay.
and hopefully with some kind of piece that can obscure my head or face if
Sure.
I need to.
Sure.
And
Suddenly I'm
then-
having visions of the character from Heaven's Vault.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And probably a dress for the festival too.
Okay.
And maybe like a nice sash or something for the more deserty outfit too, so I can either have it be more dressy or not.
Okay.
So,
Boom. Okay, so then with all of that, we'll put it at 50 silver
all right,
for all of
sounds
those
good.
things. Renan, for your backless shirt thing that you would like for your wings.
So the backless shirt, and then so usually Renan wears what's in the picture for the bottom, the skirt, the war skirt. And for this, he wants to see if he can find something that is longer in the back and on the sides, but is still open towards the front for the most part.
Okay.
Something that's a little bit more flashy than the other, but also not dress.
Okay, sure. For those then, we'll put that at like 25 silver. Kindred, what are you looking for?
I show up there late because I was back behind, and I just asked like, "Where y'all at?" Okay, I'll be there shortly. So I imagine I'm showing up as y'all are kind of checking out.
I didn't think
And,
you were that far behind, but sure.
With mushroom and everything, I'm like all precious, taking my time.
It was
Um,
yeah, but that you met up with everybody outside, so that was just more of a in the moment. It didn't take that much time. I didn't mean to say that you were like lagging far. You were. I mean, if you want, you could be at the end of the train and kind of like having been strolling along or whatever. But
Yes, I want to do that. So like when I get there and I'm like, okay, found y'all. Y'all are like almost getting ready to leave. Like y'all are last all ringing up. So then I just want to kind of like a nice looking, and I don't know what the term for it would be called, but you know, like Indian men's like kind of formal wear, like that long, like Aladdin.
okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
It's
not-
almost like a tunic that kind of goes to like the thighs or
Yeah.
so.
Yes, but not bright. More like the dull, muted earth tones to blend.
Okay.
And then I just kind of like look at see what everyone's got, and then as we leave or figure out to go to our next destination, I want to lean into the shop owner and just be like, the guy with the wings, I want whatever he got, but in a different color scheme.
Okay, sure, I can do that.
No.
But don't bring it out till he leaves.
Oh, is this a surprise?
Oh yes.
I do love surprises.
So then for you, we'll put that at like 40 silver.
Okay.
Um,
And that's
It's
for
called
both
a-
outfits.
That item's called a Sherwani. By the way.
nice.
Professor
Sure.
Chalani.
Sherwani.
Sure. Yes. Okay. Everyone's gathered their things.
Yeah, I'll wear one of mine out.
Sure.
Also.
Instantly. Khalil.
Yes, ma'am.
As you
You
have been
froze.
here.
I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, you kind of did freeze.
Oh,
He was thinking.
I was thinking. I was pausing.
He's buffering.
My brain was buffering. In the time you've been here, and you've maintaining this concentration, this Philippus Gray hasn't wandered too far. And I will say within like 30 to 45 minutes. You get the ping or feeling that he is moving closer towards you, actually coming in this direction. And as you, we'll say that as you're like in line, kind of like, or at the stand getting ready to pay, you turn your head over your shoulder and look out the windows as you see the small little goblin man walking across in front of the window to the building on the opposite side. From the back of this building, opening the door from the back, a slender and tall tabaxi woman comes out with arms filled with fabrics and things. She almost moves in a ballet-like way. She kind of like dances over to across from where the knoll that has been helping you. His name is Davrolk, by the way. Davrolk. Davrolk.
Whoa. Repeat.
Davrolk.
Davrolk. After Beth.
Yes, Davrolk. Like that. This tabaxi woman, completely black fur, and dressed in black, shimmering, what almost looks like silk. It almost looks like the tiniest, most miniature sequins on her dress. And she like almost dances with the clothes that she has in her arms. Davrok, I have finished the alterations on these things. I'm going to go get some lunch. And she like looks over at you. Oh, hello. I do love your dress. She leans on the counter looking over at Iskra. You have made some very fine choices. Some of my best work, if I do say so myself. And all of these lovely...
You're the seamstress.
I am the visionary that does these things. I have some help too, but for the most part, it is all me. These all of your friends, they've all made such lovely purchases. And she kind of like walks, almost like moving water. The way she moves so fluidly up to Ardren, puts a hand on his shoulder, and just kind of like barely rubs a little clawed finger across the top of his shoulder, and then she like smoothly walks and I don't know how to like the right words that I'm using here, but she just like the way she moves, she just kind of almost undulates and moves over to slinks. That's a good one. Comes over, weaves, bobs and weaves, serpentine. She goes over.
Super graceful, all black fur. I have meta knowledge.
She goes over to Sonder and like puts two like little fingers on either side of your cheek, and she goes, "You're precious and blue. I love that." And she kind of walks over. "Oh, hello." And she kind of leans down towards Oreo. It's like, "I haven't seen you around here before." And then she kind of moves over to Kindred, and like she just kind of like definitely going from person to person and just looking them up and down. "Okay, well, Davrok, she kind of stretches. "I'm hungry. I'm going to go outside." She goes and leaves the front door.
I'm gonna head out the front door too, because she may have just been eccentric and looking at us. But you said that we noticed that she was getting a good look at all of us. So...
Yeah. Can I do, I guess it would be perception. Did she, like, when she touched anyone, was there any sleight of hand going on that I picked up on?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
And
I have a passive perception of 18. Wait, you never said she touched me. I don't give a damn.
Oh no, she went up to each one of you, but she didn't like necessarily speak to each one, but she definitely was like giving you all the once over.
Perception. So I rolled a 9 for perception, but my passive investigation is 19.
Okay. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
You described her as all black fur.
Mhm.
Did she look like the supposed cat burglar from the night prior that I got a real good look at? Because she was paying us way too much attention.
She was paying you guys a lot of attention. She could be. You don't know how many other black tabaxi are in town, but and considering you have now seen possibly 3, at the very least 2, it is possible.
Arjun, did you tell
But it
me
is no-
about what you had seen?
Yes.
So then, even in that moment, we'll say that as she's kind of like dancing around you guys and starts making her way out the door, Arjun, your eyes kind of follow, and you look over at Renan, and Renan looks over at you with the same kind of like question in your eyes.
Can I say something as far as a retcon in that
Sure.
case?
Sure.
Or do you want me to roll something to see if it clicks in my brain immediately? Because as soon as Black Tabaxi was mentioned, I was like,
It's up to you.
Well, your excitement for our presence, it seems as if you are, ready to jump from the rooftops. And I start walking away.
She does almost like
Look at something
what
else.
is it? Like she stands on one foot and does like a little spin. Is that a pirouette? Am I using the
believe
right
so.
term?
Can be.
It
If
can
her
be.
form is correct.
Well,
If her form-
a pivot.
A pivot? Okay. Well, she kind of does that, like, as she says
She's
that.
not a couch. No.
She
Sit and snap.
she
Oh.
gets up on the
Oh, no.
the front of her feet and just kind of spins, and her dress kind of swirls out around her. She goes, I just have a eye for beautiful things, and you are very beautiful. And she kind of just leaves it at that and just kind of moves on to the next person.
Fair enough.
Oh god, there goes his ego.
Fair enough.
Where is it?
I believe it.
That's not what I meant.
I know.
Okay.
So did I get anything on my check for her for pickpocketing any of us?
You never saw anything that seemed like,
Okay, obvious or like what
Yeah.
was that?
yeah.
Gotcha. In that case,
But she was very handsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arjun
like,
would be a
wait,
little
is
suspicious
my
of
mushroom
that as
there?
well.
My mushrooms!
Like a
My
little-
mushrooms!
But then one last thing, if I can, is since I'm figure I'm gonna be last to check out, I'm like back by where she just set the stuff on the counter.
Yeah, kind of on the counter behind Devrok. So it's just like things
Oh, so
that,
like
it's
I can
basically
just,
like
look at it.
yeah, no, it's over behind.
Okay. Damn man.
What were you gonna say, Galil?
I go up to next to Sonder. Hey. Going like this, he's over there.
Inside with us?
He's been checking us out.
Do you think he knows?
I don't know, but I'm about to find out.
You
Make a
s-
distraction real fast.
As you turn to like go towards the door, you see that Iskra is already walking outside.
Yeah, I'm headed towards the door right now. Not like immediately as she left, but pretty close behind.
Archer,
I'm-
go ahead.
Oh, just I feel like at this point a certain amount of suspicion is justified. Like, would he be paying attention enough to her when she was manhandling him to see if she had taken anything or left
Yeah,
anything behind?
You do a quick once over, and everything feels like it was where you left it on your person.
Wow, I don't even have to roll for it. Like, it's
I
Life
mean,
is good.
That's. I mean,
No,
you
no
know.
message in a pocket or anything.
Yeah, you know what you have. I'm not gonna like make you second guess yourself, but you know you check really quickly, and your corn purse is still attached where it is. You open the door, Iskra, as you are the first one out, and you see that Sphaxy woman crossing the street. Going to the building across the way. That doesn't look like, it looks like it's a residence of some kind. And she knocks on the door, turns around, sees you out the window, and she kind of just does a little waving of the fingers. Her ears like twitch behind her as she like hears the door unlock, walks inside, and as she closes the door, she kind of peeks her eyes out as the door closes, watching you.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
She's very flirty.
She always in that
Yeah.
mood
No
when
shit.
She comes
and then as she disappears into that door, Galil, are you exiting?
Yeah.
Can I
You
be
exit.
stealthy?
What are you in the store still, or did you leave?
I was gonna go with Galil because we were talking.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah,
assuming I've already paid. I was going to be going
Yeah.
with.
yeah. So did you guys start filing out? I mean, at this point, you guys have basically all taken care of business, but
How busy is outside?
this it looks like the majority of people are mainly
Like, is it New
A few-
Orleans busy?
no.
or-
that would probably
Whoa.
be more of that main market area that you guys had passed through to get to this point.
oyster bait.
Yeah, this is oof. This is there's still some people that are around, but it's not a busy. This is a couple of streets over from where the main mass of people is at. So there's traffic like moving through, going in that direction, coming from that direction, but it's not crazy.
Oh, so
I
it's
want to do the I want to do the whole entire stealth slip into like people trying to get through everything to the point where I'm next to Phyllis, Frankie Kelsey,
Or,
whatever his name is,
When
Philip.
but as stealthy as
you
I
walk-
can.
Yeah, when you walk outside,
Yeah.
you don't see him.
Ah,
You sense him. He was there. He walked past the windows, and you know he had stayed somewhere close to the front of the building. But now that you are out here, you don't see him.
I'm gonna get. Wait,
I got something.
flooring,
You feel
is it
him?
dirt or?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's just like hard, super hard, compacted dirt around here.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go to where I last saw him.
Okay, right in front of the windows as he had passed by.
Check the ground for his footprints
Mm-hmm.
and track him that way as well.
Make
Nice.
a survival check with disadvantage, as there are a ton of people around right now.
Oh, okay.
As Khalil is doing that, I'm gonna kind of swish the dress facing everybody and not facing the building.
Behind, across the street.
The Tabaxi woman just entered.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, as I'm pretending to show off my clothing, she got a really good look at all of us and went into the building across the street. I think we should pay attention.
I certainly agree. This was a wonderful choice in a dress.
Wait, you said this outside or in the building still?
Outside.
We're all
Outside.
As you guys are
Okay.
exiting.
I was
Maybe
like, wait,
you
he's
could
right
do
there.
that.
No, he's not in
Okay.
sight.
Okay.
Disadvantage, right?
disadvantage.
I rolled a 20 and then a 12, so 19.
Can I assist since I'm with him?
You could, in this case, I mean, you can't. The thing is, you still sense where he's at.
Yeah.
The presence is in that building across the street. So
Oh.
tracking him, if you wanted, you
That was
could like
important.
follow the track, but like you have the connection, you know where he's at. That you feel that he is close by, but like in that direction. You don't see him. You can't see like where he is in that building or anything.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
sense that he is there, in that space where this building is in front of you.
You drop something, Galil?
As you see Galil like looking around on the ground.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jaw.
His jaw.
I'm looking for Saunders' dignity, don't worry.
What man
There
you
goes.
looking-
And now you can have to look for Saunders' jaw. Because that is
What man
also on the
needs to
ground.
look for
Cedric kind of just
somebody.
reaches over and kind of just
By the way, I
One last
posted
thing.
pictures in the Discord of Soul's new outfit.
Ooh.
Rocking
So since I like
rolling.
stayed behind to pay secretly for my surprise outfit, can I just like do a simple roll, like charisma, I guess, to just chat him up and see if he knows any more information that we don't know about the Salty Prince?
Damn, that dump truck.
God damn it,
The
Renan. That's why we can't have nice things.
Did we get a ban on him?
yeah.
I have done nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
by
Okay.
Amar.
Right. Okay, so you're staying behind to talk to Davrok?
Just because I told him like ring me up to
Oh,
let him see.
yes.
In that short time, can I just like see if he knows anything that we don't already know about the Salty Prince? We can just leave it up to a roll if you want.
I mean, if you're just, what are you asking him specifically?
Just like if he's heard of it, what kind of clients go there, how much fun, like how much money, like should we be flashy or like just from what we know, adding on to it to see if he knows more. Since he has like a nice dress shop and bigger, maybe he's up with like the wealthier.
It is a really nice place. I would say that you're probably okay to go there. I mean, I don't know how much coin you have in those purses of yours, but it's a rather respectable place when people coming from out of town, those with lots of money, they tend to stay there.
Okay. And I'll just like bow slightly and say, give him thanks, and then okay, where's everybody outside? Go outside.
Go outside, and they're kind of not like super clustered together, but at least gathered around each other as the people are kind of moving back and forth in front of each other.
Mm-hmm. I walk up in the middle of y'all, accidentally step on his footprint. Like, are we going back to Drudos just to give him his key? What? Do I have something on my face? Like,
everybody's so
I guess
quiet.
we could go there now, but I think that maybe we should also give him some space too.
well, yeah, but I don't want to lock him out of his space as I hold up his key.
Yeah, that just means we need to come back to him by 7 o'clock. That's when he went home, yes?
I'm imagining like. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm imagining like he was so flustered by what happened. Like he walked out the door and then like 5 minutes later realized he forgot something, tried to come back, was locked out.
And he can't.
Yeah, because we left almost immediately after he did.
Yeah.
Could you
Well, I'd rather not have his key.
Of that key in case we need it?
You know how to make a copy of a key?
Actually, I can if I just study it real quick.
If anything, I pretty much figured that Kindred could do it.
We should be looking for another place to hide out anyways, and we should let him get back to his own place.
Yeah. So, y'all act like y'all are real serious. What's going on? Did I miss something?
We are in a scary place.
Flirty cat, that's all.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
That was
she
extra.
paid an awful lot of attention to us, though.
That's what I thought, but I didn't see her take anything. At least my mushroom. I feel it. Okay. I was gonna ask, any like special, like borderline like crack addict like towards this mushroom, or is it just like, oh, my mushroom, like?
For whatever reason, it was the focus of your attention, and still kind of plays in the back of your head a little bit, but
okay,
not anymore.
But I'm not like
so.
full on Smeagol.
Yeah,
He's gonna start coughing and saying Gollum.
Yeah.
Wow. So, where does she go, Miss Grow?
Showing off the sleeve of my dress again. I kind of motion back behind me and then like do like with my eye, you know, like over there. Like
so I would have been
across
watching.
the street.
I would have been watching and just said, "Yes, I do believe that the back of your dress is acceptable enough, don't you, Galileo?" As soon as this girl was facing straight towards.
But yeah, I'll say quietly across the street too. So
It's weird, because
since I'm not facing that direction.
that's where I kind of sense someone there.
Someone?
Really?
Sonder.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't suppose they are meeting up?
One way to find out.
Well, maybe it'd be best to check the back of Iskra's dress to ensure that they don't know about it.
I love you, Slender.
No.
How about a couple of us find the other entrance and a couple of you go through the front and we see what happens?
Goodness, you're going through the front of the dress and we're going through the back. That sounds fascinating. I'm so
Arden's
sorry.
just gonna walk away, try and find an entrance to this whatever building it is.
Just really love this dress.
Instead of dealing with all this slapdick humor.
I just
I'm just
you know,
sitting
flat
there
lip
like,
face look. Like,
Just like,
all right then.
Well, shall we?
She paid a lot of attention to you. I look at Ardrin. Why don't we go knock?
Or I'm gonna look
For
over.
me.
First of all, what even is the store that she went into? What does it say?
There is no. This doesn't
like a
even look like a
residence.
store. It looks like
Oh,
either
it's
a
not good.
residence or it's. The building probably goes about 60 or 70 feet, and it sits like this building, Ophelia's, is a corner building of like this little intersection, and this next building kind of about 60 feet this way, and it's a rectangular, so it goes all the way back till the next block.
Do I see any symbols around in that building?
Make a perception check for me.
Another one?
Another one.
Another one.
How far away would Drudos's shop be from here where we are?
Probably another 4 or 5 blocks.
Okay, so it's not far.
Yeah, not
Out of 14.
14. Okay. Looking about this place, you give it the little bit of a once over. It looks like it could either be some sort of apartment or maybe a storage. There's not like anything that looks like this is a house, but there are windows up on the second story.
Nothing thieves guilty.
But nothing in the way of like any thieves' cant symbols or anything.
So never mind. Okay, never mind.
Well, while y'all figure this out, I'm gonna run down and give him his key. I'll meet y'all back in 10 minutes tops.
Yeah, tell him I said hi.
What can happen in 10 minutes?
Yep, be
I
safe.
know, which is
Oh, better yet, Oreo. Go with them.
no.
Yeah. That
You
way,
sent,
we're not all
Miles.
alone.
You sent the Mal's with him, right?
What?
You sent the
Oh, sorry.
Malzar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard owls because I'm gonna look like freaking Moses with all these animals: a cat, a snake, a raven.
Well,
Jeez.
at least you'll have some backup. At least.
Are you able to see what the Mal's to sing? If you can.
I can, but he has orders to come back in case he's harmed.
Arjun.
What's up, Arjun?
While they're figuring out this other venture, Arjun's gonna go over to Iskra and just kind of do the Western hospitality thing, kind of stick out his arm. Just, would you mind if I escort you along to our next destination?
A pleasure. And
I do declare.
I'll take his arm and we'll
Frankly, kindred, I don't give a damn.
saunter across.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'll turn to Oreo, like, stay a few paces behind me. You know what you're doing, and then I'll head to the.
I don't know if that's
Melted
worse.
Witch.
I feel like having her next to you is better than having her a couple paces behind you. Look like you're being
I don't
hunted
even know
by
if she
this giant cat
understands me. Listen.
that's just walking through the city.
Pet control's gonna show up with the
Yeah.
stick in the loop in the end.
Every episode of this is just an example of the Streisand effect. Everything we do is just draw more attention to ourselves.
Under, shall we find a way back?
Yeah, let's
That's what
go.
she said.
Should we roll stealth?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
Renan and Sol, what are you guys doing?
I'm just standing out there, out front, wondering
What is happening?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around at the nearby shops that have a direct line of sight to the place where they're currently walking off to, but are still potentially interesting to somebody who looks like either of the two of us.
Okay.
You
What
walk
all
into
do
a
I see?
Victoria's
Anything
Secret.
fascinating?
The next couple of shops all seem to be like, there's like a cobbler. This isn't the next one. You know, just like knickknacks and things.
Making sure.
General
Anything
store.
shiny?
There's a crystal.
There's an antique store that might have some shiny things
Oh,
there.
so let's go look at the shiny things. And I grab his arm and I start pulling him out of the
Oh,
street.
okay.
All right. Arjun and Iskra, you come up to the front of the door.
I'll give it a strong but simple knock. Like a couple.
Okay. They're about halfway up the door. A little slat of wood slides open in this really a little weird, intricate way, and you can see a tiny little face, a little eye poking out. Hello?
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 I
Your-
thought Iskra was gonna say something.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna crouch down. That's good. There's a Blackfoot tabaxi that just entered this building.
And?
Well, my friend and I seem to have caught her attention, and she caught ours too. We're hoping maybe we could get better acquainted.
You see as the face turns, a small goblinoid face just kind of turns. And it shuts. You can hear the sound of like voices on the other side of the door, muffled, but speaking.
Quick, do you see any upside down pineapples?
Sonder and Galil, or your stealth rolls.
30.
21.
30
30.
and 21. Holy smokes. You know it's not dark outside, right?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 17.
Suddenly, a very dark cloud.
the
eclipse happens.
The eclipse happens. And it's...
The eclipse goes.
You blend in with like some of the people that are moving, and you come around to the back. You're headed toward the back of this building. It is the length of this block, so you're just kind of walking along it, looking up at the various little windows that are up on this second story. Some larger than others. Some have like little miniature balconies, but all of them are either curtained or closed or shuttered in a way that you cannot see what is on the inside.
Can I be on the outlook for guards? Or
Yeah.
Fans?
Sure. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, wrong one. Okay, I'll take that roll. 19 plus 9.
Since you have
20.
moved into this center
29.
of town, now that there is like all of this commotion here, there has been an increase in the number of guards walking around. So there are some around. I wouldn't say that there are like, every 20 feet or anything like that, but they are either stationed, especially at intersections, where there's like that four-way intersection thing going on. There's some that are generally stationed closer towards the market way, but even as you are a couple of blocks north from that, there are still some that are always within shouting distance.
It might be best that we take to the roofs where they can't see us.
He doesn't have a spies murmur.
I'm just like whispering to him.
He's so used to doing this.
I love you, Sunder. That's cool. Okay. What are you guys doing? Sunder. So,
Is there
Khalil.
like an alleyway area that we can go into, or just keeps going straight down the?
There is no alley that breaks up this building until you get to the next intersection where the street is.
Gotcha.
The one on the opposite side of this little streetway that you are walking up does have an alley. It's broken up in the middle, but this particular long side.
I guess we'll keep going around it until we get to a point where we can get up onto the roof areas.
Okay.
Without being totally noticed.
The door unlatches in front of you, Iskra and Ardrin.
I stand back up.
Furred fingers come around the corner of the door and open it slightly. Hello.
Long time no see.
It's been ages.
I did not think you to the type to be interested in someone like me. What changed your mind?
Well, discretion. We're no longer in public. Perhaps we could get to know each other more in private.
Oh, she like leans up on the against the door, still not opening it all the way. She basically is covering as much of the view from the inside with herself.
I am the view.
Basically, she just has the door open enough to where she can like she's almost spilling out of the door, but not quite, as she still is up against the wall.
All right, somebody changed one of the tags for the stream tonight to where
But
NSFW.
she leans there and just kind of like rubbing a hand through around her face. I am in the process of eating at the moment. Perhaps after I am done with my shift tonight, we can go and peruse the festival this evening. It would be great to be in the company of such beautiful guests of the city.
What is with that finger?
What's with what finger?
Your fingers, like.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just playing with my hands. I don't know what I'm doing. Just leave me alone.
Okay, it's fine.
He's being provocative,
Let him
okay?
be seductive.
He's purring too.
Seductive. Just be seductive. Well, I do think we might have a few
Dreamy, shut up.
mutual points of conversation to go over before all the hubbub this evening.
Oh.
Might want to have a few things in order before the celebrations.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
Kind of looks behind him to the side, just, well, tilts the head. You don't want to talk about this out the side in the open, do you?
Make a persuasion check for me.
I will.
Do you have anything to add, Iskra?
A fish or milk? Get an advantage on your roll.
I'm
I don't mean to
just
get,
gonna
offended on
exude
behalf of a
street
mythological-
cred.
Exude?
By the way
Is that
I stand.
where on the character sheet is this? I would
So,
like to
I
roll for
imagine-
street cred.
I imagine what she's doing is she's folding her hands or her arms like this and kind of pushing the muscles out to make her look beefier.
Yeah.
Persuasion or intimidation, I guess?
Perfect.
Maybe just
so
roll
how
seduction,
does it
call it good.
how does a 24 grab you?
Ooh.
It grabs me by the no.
Oh my
Andrew,
God.
shut the
By
hell
the
up.
scruff, you might say.
He doesn't want to let us know. I'll try to
that
add
was bad.
something else.
By the collar with a little bell on.
If that doesn't do it, do something else.
Oh God. So flustercated. Okay. She
You
looks.
did this to yourself.
She looks.
Yep, you introduced this little sex kitten.
You did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
You know what? I do have something to add. I'll wink.
Oh.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Ah.
Calm down, Laura Bailey.
Just like.
Do you offer a cupcake too?
She like steps and slinks to the back side of the door, and then
General,
opens
go
it.
in first.
Opens it dramatically. And gestures for you to go and walk inside.
Is
I'll
it
stride
dark
in.
inside?
Is what? Would you say, Arjun?
Is it dark inside?
It is dark inside.
Not to me. At
Alright.
all.
Well,
Make sure
it is
there's no one
dark
in there that's gonna
inside.
stab me.
It's dark inside in the sense of you are going from
Like when you go from light
bright
to dark.
outside, yeah, bright outside to walking into a darkly lit interior. But as your eyes adjust to the inside,
Roll for initiative.
this place on the inside, looks like you are entering a living room, almost a sitting room. But it is so odd that this building looks like it's built hollowly, almost as if it was or is some sort of storage or warehouse of sorts. It goes along the length of what you imagine would be the entirety of the building. You can see that there is a second story, but it is not a full story, as it seems like it is almost like a platform that runs along the second story.
One could even say a short story.
One could. It is a platform that runs along this second story that goes up under the windows that you can see up there.
Oh shit! Damn it.
It's time! It's time! La, 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 la.
Time to wake up. You're running late for work.
There's music here.
There's music you hear on the inside. Oh,
Man's in a piano in the corner.
Guy with a lute
Philly
chained to
playing.
it.
So underground jazz club, my friend.
It does have this weird like vibe to it.
Speakeasy.
Yeah, it has more of that kind of like a speakeasy vibe. There are like a bunch of seats, big cushioned like couches. There are small little lanterns that hang either from the walls or up on like these little really elaborate candelabras standing on the floor. Yes, it's Nana's crack house.
No, it was a crack commune. Get it right.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
right,
it was the correct
that's
one.
right. Perfect. And on the inside, you see there are two other tabaxi that are seated on a couch. Two other, they are also female. Both have like their legs curled up under them, and one is like laying back on the other. It looks like they're just like in the process of relaxing and just nestled up against each other. As
This
one
is
is
a
like
problem.
on a on the armrest, and the other one's like leaning up against her arm, and they like turn and watch you. And the one that opened the door and had now closed it, your eyes scan the room quickly, looking for whoever that shorter individual was, but you see no one at the moment. So, would you like to have a seat? We can talk in front of my sisters. If you can talk to me, you can talk to them. And she kind of like, I was gonna say oozes over to the to the couch, but you get my drift of like,
Yeah,
she just kind of like,
illustrative.
yeah, just kind of like slinks her way over there. Meanwhile,
Certainly.
on
I'm
the
gonna
out,
go and take a seat.
sure.
Same.
So
Try to match her confidence if I
right.
can.
Yeah. Make a charisma check for me. See how charismatic you are being right now. Galil and Sonder, what are you guys doing?
Use my inspiration that I had saved because that was bad.
Nice.
Can I be assisting as I kind of just walk her along
Sure.
to a seat?
Yeah, you get an advantage on that. If well, you already have advantage with the inspiration. You're just re-rolling. I mean, you can roll with advantage if you want.
Okay, cool, thanks.
If you wish.
Sander and Galil, we were going to try to find an area that we could get up on the roof.
Okay, of the building in question, or just on the rooftops in general?
Rooftops in general, to in the same area where we would either be able to like jump across or be where the building that we need to be is nearby.
Okay, so
Damn,
there
broad.
on the street that you are walking down, there is the buildings that are opposite of it, right? And on this side, it is broken up in the middle with an alleyway. So if you duck into the alleyway, you can see probably about 40 or 50 feet down the alley, there's like a fire escape kind of thing that kind of connects to the second story. This building that's here, half of it is a 2-story, and the one further down, so if you're like facing that direction, the one further down on this side would be 3 stories up. Which
Okay,
potentially
we'll do that
then
so we could jump down.
Okay. I'll have you both. Well, Galil, I'll have you make a acrobatics or athletics check to get up there. Sonder does it because he is a monk, so
Yeah,
he
athletics.
can easily jump up to that.
I'm a Simone Biles it all the way up there.
Just where you're spinning all the way up. Yeah. Yep.
Do a Chun-Li move.
Mm-hmm.
Spinning bat kick.
16.
16. That should be easy enough to like leap up, and we'll say with Saunders' help, he kind of helps you pull you up onto the first set of the fire escape, and you kind of like make your way up to the top of the rooftop. Once you reach the top, the sun is bright and is starting to really starting to get towards the noon part of the day. The heat that is rising off of the surface of the rooftops kind of is to the point of nearly being blinding, as it just kind of reflects off this surface here, and your eyes kind of are having to squint to kind of be able to keep that much light from searing into your skulls.
Jesus.
Yeah, it is really bright up here.
Okay. Perception check around. Put my cloak over.
Yeah.
Kind of mask some of the sun.
Okay. Khalil, I love you.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay.
Ready.
Moving.
I'm ready.
Go ahead and make your perception checks.
Could I use the 29 that I got before, or new one?
This is a new one because of new spaces.
9.
14.
Anything in particular you're like trying to be looking for while you're up here?
Anyone on the roofs themselves, or and then also looking down,
25.
ready for when to get around and like would be a good time to jump across without alerting.
Okay. You are reach the edge of the building, kind of overlooking the street that you had been on. You see other people moving down below. The more of them further to the south towards where that festival is going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
How far is the building?
The street across, all the way across.
Distance-wise?
I'll put it at 30 feet.
30?
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
From
Pretty
the
sure I
street
got
that you are at to the building that Iskra and Ardrin were rolling at.
Okay, good. I use my armor. Misty step over there.
You bitch.
You bitch. All right. So kind of focusing your attention and seeing, engaging where you need to go. This opposite building has a few little what looks like, it's basically a second story, but there are little, I wouldn't say like sheds, but almost like little squares that are like placed up here on top. And so you manage to catch just to the edge of between like the edge of the building and like a wall from one of these little square placements that are on top.
Any wires or hanging like
Streamers or anything?
Streamers or
Unfortunately,
something?
their electrical wires have not been invented yet, so no.
Hey. Or like laundry, like no.
No,
like clotheslines?
No
Clotheslines,
clotheslines,
yeah.
yeah.
Support cables.
I know that Saundra has the ability to do like a super long jump if he wants to.
All right, so
So
you
I'm
look into the
gonna-
math of that, because I know that
Yeah.
it is in the there in the description somewhere. Ardrin and Iskra, as you take your seats.
Ultimately, thanks to some help, it was a 21.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you got some pizzazz, some bravado going on right now. That kind of like as you lean back into your seat and Arjun is at your side.
I imagine, due to Arjun's history, this is very familiar territory for him, and he's used to escorting a much more important person on his side and kind of just impressing to people around them that they're a little bit more regal.
Okay.
So he's sort of imparting that to not just how she walks, but how she sits.
The Tabaxi woman sits on the one remaining seat of this like 3-seater couch and kind of leans on the opposite armrest. So, what was it that you were wanting to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Local politics, state of affairs. Kind of getting your opinion on that.
Politics bore me. I prefer things that glimmer and shine. Beautiful things. She kind of gestures broadly at the both of you and the surroundings at the same time.
And how easy is it to acquire and sustain such a interest in the current climate of the events?
That depends. She gives you both the once over. Again, like studying you, like your movements, the things that you say and are not saying. You definitely get the sense that she is doing an insight check of her own, trying to get a bead on what it is that you are trying to imply. It depends. Sometimes it's easier than others. I get this feeling that you are not from in town. Am I correct?
We're a well-traveled bunch.
Observant of you.
One does not get far in this town by not being observant, dear. That being said, why is it that I have caught your eye? I doubt it was my flirtatious behavior.
Caught our eye because we apparently caught yours. That's worth at least checking out.
Surely you understand.
I might. So, if we're going to get to know each other, may I have the pleasure of your names?
I'll do you the courtesy. As long as that's returned.
Of course.
My name's Arjun.
Iskra.
My name is Wind. These are my sisters, Thief and Backtrack.
Do I get the sense she's holding something back or obfuscating in some way?
Knowing... Make an insight check.
Okay.
And was that Scythe and Backtrack?
Thief.
I'm gonna use
T-H-I-F-E.
one of my inspiration.
Sure.
Oh, so just like fancy say it for thief, but Thief.
Oh, great. 15.
She didn't seem to be lying about it. Knowing probably a little bit about Tabaxi, they take peculiar names for themselves.
I can make it.
Can you? All right, cool.
Yeah, I can make it.
Unless you roll a 1. No.
Not even that. No, I'm good.
I think it was. I feel like it was something that with a monk ability that you can run like.
Step of the Wind. My jump distance is doubled, making it up to 26 feet across for a long jump. And since I'm coming from a third building to a second door, it should equal just about to hit 30.
Yeah. Okay.
10 feet down.
The only one you actually had to worry about was me.
Yeah. As she introduces herself, you see the other two kind of like do their little nod. It's very much, you've seen like when groups of cats are just kind of like laying there and they're almost like pulled into each other. They're just can't be bothered, but they still look at you at the same time. Their heads almost
lounging
moving.
head roll.
Yeah, that lounging head roll. Their heads kind of move in unison as they like are looking you over. So, what brings you into town? Are you looking to find pretty things? Sell pretty things?
Oh, mostly looking for ways to get around town without really being seen or noticed or bothered.
And why would I know of ways for you to move about the city without being seen? What makes you so certain that I would be able to help you with that?
Whether or not you'd be able to help, it is within your means. Of that, I have very little doubt.
Just kind of
The
settles
way
into
you
the chair.
move makes it very clear.
You are a perceptive one. And what if I do and did help you? What is in it for us?
Well, ultimately, we may be able to help each other. You can't really do this sort of operation, your operation, in a town like this, with the people at the top being who they are, without there being some sort of complication that you're unhappy with in the end. I'm sure you'd like to have some more favorable position to land on.
The sister, known as Backtrack, looks at her sister, looks back at you, looks back at her sister, and then looks emboldened to speak. How do we know you're not working for those people at the top? That this is not a trap?
Well, I did give you my real name. Do I really sound like I'm from around here? You've already said that we are definitely not from the town. Wow, that was a bad stumble of English. It's been a day.
This is true.
You know what? I'll take the reptile mask out of my pack and say, ask about a band that was wearing this in Veltalar.
Wind leans forward, grabs it off like the little table that is in between you, and looks at it. This is a very peculiar thing. Veltalar, you say?
The same.
Philippus?
Surely you heard there was a commotion there recently.
She calls again. Philippus? And from around the corner, from behind a bar, comes the little goblin man that you had seen earlier. She shows him the mask. And Philippus is like, tugs at his little vest. Interesting.
we did hear news of some things that had happened far away, with the Empire making a move on the city of Veltalar. Well, hello, Raiders.
I feel like we should be concerned that a group named TPK showed up.
Well,
Boy, hello.
you know, you're not wrong.
No.
Yeah, at the
Luckily, we're spread fairly far apart.
Right, so
makes it
hopefully
easier.
it's-
everyone just
Why is
gets
that a bad thing? Because now we split the party in what, 3 ways?
Yeah, we're getting Order
Yeah.
66 out here.
Yep.
Oh no.
The little goblin man goes over, takes the mask in his hand, and just kind of like holds it up to a little bit of light and watches it shimmer. Puts it back down on the table. So, what are you trying to say exactly? Are you trying to take credit for whatever that commotion was over there? There's a lot
That
of
depends.
strange rumors.
That depends how you'd feel about such a thing.
Ooh.
You know, my friend and I, having spent a few days in town, we noticed there's something funny about the air here. It's hard to keep a clear head.
Wind.
Wondering if maybe you might help with that too. And in the short term, anyway. And in the long term, maybe we can help you with that.
You see, almost in unison, the 3 Tabaxi sisters cock their head to the side as if to say, like, oh. But it is Wind who responds.
It's twins. Triplets.
You are definitely smarter and beautiful
Than I first imagined. Sometimes even my eyes don't fully appraise things for their value. Yes, the air here, especially at night, can be rather fickle. So perhaps, if we can come to an accord, we can find a way to benefit mutually. Perhaps. But there are those who you would need permission from first. We are but servants in this town. But perhaps we can get you such a meeting. Would you not agree?
That's agreeable to us.
Excellent. She lifts herself up off the couch and presents a hand to you, Iskra.
I'll take it.
Lifting you up off the couch, she places it around your hand around her waist, and like holding it with this hand now guides you further into the building. Come on, boy. She turns to you, Ardrin.
Okay.
Fixes his hat and just stands up.
All right. As you are led further into the building, Kindred.
I was gonna say, is this where the raging bisexuality comes in?
That we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Yep. It's coming full circle. It's coming full circle.
Here
Do
we
we
go.
jump cut to Kindred just being murderized in yet another heli?
Victoria ran off.
You, Kindred, you make it the 4 blocks up to the street where Dudros's alchemy shop is. The Noble Witch's Pint. Coming around the corner, you see there on the left-hand side the little cafe that you had seen, that you guys had been at before when you met up with everybody afterwards the day before. They're lounging in one of the outside tables of this little cafe. Your heart stops for a moment as you see 4 individuals dressed as you recall from the day before. A fire genasi, 2 men and a woman that seem to be enjoying a lunchtime little snack. And you, as your eye catches them, they are seated at this cafe that is across the street from the alchemist shop. What do you do?
Do I see them before they see me, or do we lock eyes?
I will say they haven't noticed you yet.
I immediately just duck back, get out of their line of sight. Yeah.
Okay.
And just look at Oreo they'll know you for sure. Looking around, fuck. Is there an alley that we can duck into?
If you go back a little bit, yeah.
I will go back a little bit for sure.
Okay.
Okay, and looking at Oreo. Okay. Don't bite me. And I will look around. As long as I'm
Don't bite me.
think no one's looking at me, I will cast invisibility on Oreo.
Okay. Bloop.
Does she let me? First of all.
Make an
She's
animal.
trying to. She knows Kindred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
So yeah.
Oreo turns invisible. Gone.
Okay.
All you hear is the.
the scratching sound.
We're gonna go the long way. Can I see Drudos's alchemy shop from? If I come back out of the alley and but staying well out of view from them.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you would have he doesn't have a back entrance to this place. He comes in through the front.
Was there a back window that I would have known?
Nope.
I will if I can get to a point where I can see the shop, and I will try to message him through the shop, as long as I stay out of sight of the party members. Because it'll go through wood if I know that if I'm comfortable with the target. It just won't go through lead.
Well, there is wood, but it is not just wood that separates you and the shop. There's at least two other abodes before you would get to his shop. So it's several walls worth of things and material before it would reach.
Worth of wood.
Yeah.
Well, in my panic, I don't think I would know that or pick up on that, so I'm gonna try it and just be like, Drudos, are you okay? Are you hurt? You there?
You get no response, but you do know that Malzahar is with him, and if anything had happened to him, he would have
came back, which is probably the only thing giving me comfort right now. Fuck. Okay. How far away am I?
From them?
From Drudos is I guess the front entrance.
60, 70 feet. You peek around the corner again as you're trying to gauge this distance. You're probably 70 to 80 feet from that table with the 4 monks that you have been avoiding. They are not paying attention to the surroundings that much. They are, hanging out together and enjoying themselves for the moment. They don't seem to be watching people move back and forth. It just so happens that they are here.
I know, but I'm paranoid. I don't think that. I think the worst.
No. I know. I'm just letting
They're
you
onto
know.
us. Yeah. Fuck, it's too far. I can't send it. I don't want to send you. You're not leaving me. We'll come back. It's not worth it. And we'll head back.
Okay.
As I'm like trying to keep a normal pace, but you can tell I'm nervous as I like fast pace it.
Okay. Walking back towards where you had left the group. Sonder, you have watched Galil misty step across from the rooftop where you had been to the other side. You back up the necessary
10 feet.
10 feet or so. Take a couple of deep breaths. And run forward. Leap out over the space between buildings.
Matrix jump.
Slow. Time seems to slow as you leap through the air. And you start to fall. And coast downwards in an arc. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
Oh, ninjas go.
Okay. 29.
What did you roll? I want to know. What did you roll, though?
I have a plus 14 to my acrobatics, so I rolled a 15 plus
Well,
19 plus
Now
14.
you have to do that Chun-Li kick,
Yeah, 15 plus
spin.
14.
You were starting to
kick.
fall, but then you do like a helicopter kick, and now you're like going up a little bit further,
Yeah.
like those little wing fairy toys that we had as kids. So,
Oh yeah.
Skydampers?
yeah. Good job. Those,
Why do I remember that?
I don't know,
You
but
have
well
to
done.
Do that spin kick out
I
of
kinda
principle
wanna-
now.
Straight
While
into the
I'm-
fireplace, Dreamy. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
If I can, while I am leaping, because I use a key point to do this.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to like compress my body, like this as small and like streamlined as possible.
Okay.
And then land softly on the floor as best as I can.
Roll.
Yeah.
Suck it in.
Do a barrel roll.
You
Pretty much.
roll and land just at Galil's feet. Not like on the ground, but just like catching yourself. You are now above the building where Iskra and Ardrin are currently down below.
I think
Renan
they're in here by now. Oh.
and Sol, you have
I think so.
entered into an antique shop to kind of look around, staying close by to where your friends are at. Yeah. And it is an old and dusty place filled with lots of weird and random trinkets. A small old man is running this shop. A very bushy white beard covering his face. He's just like almost has like that little bulldog like lower jaw that kind of juts out a little bit. He's like,
What can I help you with?
Hello, young man. I would like to look around for something shiny for a friend of mine.
Soul's trying hard not to want to touch everything.
fair enough.
Okay.
He starts. He
Well, there's plenty. Just
looks at you, Sol.
don't touch.
Okay.
It's a bowl in a china shop.
Soon as the old man turns around, looks at Soul, don't touch.
And he was like just like about to touch something like that.
Iskra and Ardrin. You are led further back into the building, where wind opens a door set into the wall. And as she opens the door, you see a staircase that descends downwards.
Panel falls.
Wait!
Philippus,
I was gonna try to. Oh.
Philippus comes over to the door and just like,
maybe we should go first and ask.
Wind dismisses him with a hand. No. It's fine. And leads you down into the staircase. Kindred, as you power walk, mall jog your way back to where your
Gonna keep my
friends
pulse
are
up.
at, you see coming around the corner up the street towards you 3 robed red wizards, followed by a small little entourage of guards just kind of coming up the corner back in heading directly in your direction, heading north up along this street.
It's about to die.
How are people reacting to them? Are they like moving out the side and like bowing, or are they just like kind of keeping out of the way?
It's kind of a little bit of both. Some are still going but are still giving them birth. There are some that are very, very much like prostrating themselves and bowing and scraping before them, to which they don't even seem to be giving any mind, but they are headed directly in front of you, like towards your direction.
Keep my hood down, and is there like alleyways I can break off and go like the long way back to the group?
You have reached a section where you will have to figure out a way to pass them, because there is either you turn around to go back the way you came to find another alleyway, or you make your way past them.
Strip and fall.
I'm just gonna take one quick look. Do any of them have monocles?
Make a perception check.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Perception. 14 and 7. 21.
21. Nothing that you see.
Okay. And how far away are they? Still like a block or so?
40 feet.
Guys, red wizards, I can't get away. Yep. And I'm just gonna try my best to blend in and just keep my head down, give them respect, but like try to hurry and get past them.
Renan, did you hear that?
30 feet.
Yes, but
20 feet.
if I walk through these streets,
as I'm,
they're
like,
going
walking,
to know who
Do they
I
notice
am.
me? Are they paying attention to me?
They
Kindred, where are they?
are they
They're
heading
only four
to
blocks
you?
away. If I have to run out of this shop and bolt down a street throwing lightning bolts, I'll do it. But until then,
Are they walking towards you or just across from you? Or with you?
Sonder, you peer up the street because you know which direction he had gone, and kind of up along the same street, and you look in that direction, and you can see. I mean, the street kind of lends itself all the way up to the northern side of the town, all the way up to the fortress itself, and you can see about 4 blocks from where you're at that little space that is moving around, or the individuals that are moving around into this like empty space as people are kind of filing around them.
What's wrong, Sonder?
There's a group of Thans heading towards Kindred.
Was there like a group
their
of people I
eyes
could like
are-
win with?
They are
Do they look focused on Kindred?
from your direction, from your point of view. It is hard to tell. You just see the red wizards in question moving on, and Kindred directly in their line moves over off to the side with everybody else, and they continue to walk past Kindred until
Almost holding my breath, not wanting to move until
one of the guards, as they pass, looks over at Kindred and just kind of like gives him this look, and then
Rude.
continues to move past. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Where are they going?
Oh man.
Well, I needed to do
I
a thing.
may know where.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. You be a dead son of a bitch. I tell you what.
I cast fireball like direct, like right in front of him.
I mean, because I'm also wondering, like, Oreo is invisible there, so we're gonna have to see what is gonna happen here in a second.
That's why it's like, oh fuck, are monocles in play?
Monocle's in play. Monocle's in play.
I wanted to, as soon as we were able to like get to the building, let Iskra and Ardra know that we are there.
Okay. I mean,
we are making our way.
Dum, we're here.
And for me and Saunders' sake, I'm just verifying that Phyllis, or what the fuck his name is there.
Philippus? Yeah, you can sense that he is there in this building right where you're at.
He's full of piss.
Full of piss. Full of pus.
Yeah, so we're here and Kindred's about to die. Anyone?
Hello? Hello? Oh my god. Wow.
Hello?
Well, today was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is just return his key, be a good host, nice Airbnb. We didn't wreck his place, and you're trying to kill me.
Oh no.
Me? I didn't do anything.
You did do something bad this session, sir.
And now you're gonna kill him.
What did I do?
No, not you.
Oh. I was like, what did I do? What did I do?
Kindred.
Yeah. It was wild.
Kindred knows exactly what he did.
What did I do?
What did I do? Oh my god.
What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
All right.
What
Thank
did that
you.
mount do?
Yeah. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us.
A lot.
Yeah. Thank you to all of our rated viewers, TPK Roleplay and Kaz the DM. Is there another one? I think that was those two. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, thank you for
Thank
powering through your tech issues tonight.
I know. Hopefully we can get this sorted. Good night, Dakota.
So much stuff to happen at the end there.
A lot.
Good session.
A lot of things.
I feel like we take a while to get going, but then once we do, we're like,
Yeah. It's very much like at the beginning of session. We wake up. We have to start moving. We have to do some calisthenics. Then we can actually proceed.
Yeah.
We're an acceleration vehicle in Mario Kart.
Oh, you once you get going. Yeah.
I was gonna
So
say we're
we're
Pop-Tart
drifting. Got
after
it.
we get the fly spell cast.
Oof.
You know, we did even
Yeah.
have a little like calisthenics session when Sonder and I were teaching Fanch that day.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
We got
Doing
everybody involved.
calisthenics.
Soul was there.
All right. We are going to try and find someone to raid. You guys have a great night. We will see you on Monday for a very entertaining Fey Hunters session, as the Fey Hunters have landed on Atet, the home base of this party. So we'll see what interesting little crossovers and things.
stay out of my room.
Don't as we destroy Atet somewhere. The next day, Galil's gonna be like, "There's a disturbance in the force. I feel like as if my great city has fallen," and everybody screams.
Someone's messing with my nacho bar. I can feel it.
My nacho
my
bar.
gosh.
They're finishing up my nachos. No.
Totally
Hey,
calling
it's
on the
okay.
baddies
Stuff,
to
'cause-
prevent some damage here.
Yeah, maybe.
All I
in
gotta
my
say
way.
is, good luck with Farah.
Good luck with Farah. Oh yeah, that's true.
I'd say, where are the Oculus? Destroy.
Destroy. Yeah, that's true. You do have those there
Yeah.
too. All right, guys.
And where's my doll?
Where's my doll? Oh my god. All right, you guys have a
Oh my
great night.
God, I missed that doll.
I forgot about that.
y'all.
See you later.
Good night.
Bye.
It was the mushroom.